Are we live? Hello, hello. Alrighty. We live, everybody. I don't know. I think there might be only like one person in the chat right now. But welcome to the stream. I'll wait for people to get in. It's probably gonna take a couple seconds. But yes, we are live. Should be live, hopefully. Hopefully we are. I'm checking out some of this stuff right here. I'm trying to get better with like streaming and everything, so. What's up, people? Everybody that's going to be joining in the next coming seconds. I think Luxie already typed in the chat. So hello, Luxie, if you're there. Might have left briefly to come back, but yes, we are live now. Cool. Let's see. Alrighty. Should be good there. What's up, Luvion? What is up? Glad to see y'all here. I swear, y'all both you, Lexi and Luvion, y'all are always here first, and for that, I am so thankful. Y'all are true supporters. We love to see it. Cool. Yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. We got a nice stream, a very fun stream. Hopefully it will be for today. My friend asked me to do the soundtrack to a game he's planning to make. Ooh, nice, dude. Anyways, yeah, we got a fun stream today. We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish videos that we're gonna be reacting to. Yeah, it's gonna be all Lord of the Mysteries related, so it's gonna be very, very fun. Gonna be doing a lot of maybe some theory crafting, but also just discussion. Apparently, there's some Lord of the Mysteries drama that has been taking place, and right when I was getting everything set up, a Kaka TV video popped up, and he posted it, and it's called The Lord of the Mysteries Drama, or Nuclear Drama, or something like that. So I'm probably going to be reacting to that as well, because, you know, if there's drama in, like, within the Lord of the Mysteries, like, at least the anime community, then I feel like it would be interesting to give my opinion on. And it's not just a farm because of farm's sake of, but it's actually like I didn't want to. It's like 4 minutes long. It's not even that long of a video, but I'm curious what he has to say, and also what drama there is, because I'm not on Twitter or X, whatever. So I don't see the drama. Like if it's happening on there, which a lot of drama does happen on there, I don't see it. I only see it whenever people talk about it on YouTube. They made a tier list of Lord of the Mysteries reactions even? What? Who did? Like reactors or reactions? Yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, so we got, like I said previously, for those of you who are just hopped in the stream, we are gonna be reacting to about 5 or 6 videos. Saw a bit. I don't really care about drama that much. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, that's just what Kaka said, or at least his video. That's the title of the video. So, we'll see. Reactor, someone on Reddit did. Really? Is that tier list available? Maybe I could check that out too, because it'd be fun to see other reactors that I may have already, like, I already know, or that I like have seen before, because I do watch a lot of other reactors. I'm familiar with the space. I try to see what everybody else is doing and who everybody else is and stuff like that. So if there is a Reddit, if that's on Reddit, maybe you could send me the link on Discord. Also, we got some stuff that Luxy sent over on Discord that we're also going to be reacting to. And then also a little surprise that Luvion sent me. And I will definitely be showcasing that on stream because, oof, it was so awesome. It's shown on Kaka's video. You're even in the list? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, if that's in his video, then... Is it in that video, the nuclear drama? Anyways, guys, I think it's safe to say that for those of you joining in, welcome to the Avataku stream. We're gonna be doing like a mass react stream to a bunch of Lord of the Mysteries stuff, Lord of the Mysteries videos. We got Ellen Historian. We got Merlin Sparrow dropping the new Chibi short and also the new Mysticism class. We're gonna be reacting to this stream. And then we have in the drama vid. Okay, gotcha. We got new Mad 3 Ub. Actually, I'll just show y'all here since we're here. Since we are here. Alrighty. Actually, we'll just make it big. There we go. All right, so I came across this video. This came out 5 days ago. Ken Works EXE. I started watching a little bit, and I was like, why don't I just react to this on stream? So we're going to watch this because Lord of the Mysteries is getting weirder than I expected. So I'm just curious what he has to think about, what he has to say about that. Maybe some of y'all have seen this. Are all the vids spoiler screened? That's a good question. I mean, most of the videos, from what I know, this guy is an anime only, so I don't think there's going to be any spoilers. When it comes to this video, this is Annie News, so we're going to be reacting to the Annie News episode 2 cut content. So we'll be watching that. And then we have the Chibi episode 5, and then we have the Old Neil's Mysticism class part 5. And then we have Cause TV, and then we have a Mad 3 Ub. Bros Superpower is OnlyFans. This literally popped up as I was doing. I was like, you know what? It's a minute long. We'll react to that. It'll be funny. But those are the only ones I have for right now. And then obviously the Discord stuff that was sent by Luxy and Luvion. So yeah. That's pretty much it. But if there's any more like short little clips or anything like that y'all thinking of, definitely recommend it in the chat and I can try to pull it up. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun stream. Waiting for everybody to get in, everybody who's planning on watching the stream. We're gonna be here for the stream, which I think, you know, the turnout might not be very much today. The turnout might not be very high today, because it's not my bad, I didn't advertise it enough, because there's been a lot of spoiler-filled video targeted towards Dongwa onlys. Oh really? Yeah. Spoiler-filled video that are targeted towards Dongwa onlys. Really? So what does that mean? They're basically like trying to spoil us? Is that what I'm trying? By the way, well, actually, we'll talk about it a little bit probably whenever we get to this video, because I do want to react or / respond to my latest episode reaction, episode 5, the hero, I think it's called. Some people making fake spoilers, bro. That's interesting. Anyways, yeah, very interesting. I don't know why people would do that. It doesn't make any sense. I didn't think, one of the fake spoilers is that Melissa is going to get corrupted by the true creator. It doesn't actually happen. Not necessarily, but I don't know what the motive is. Yeah. I don't really understand what's up with Lord of the Mysteries. Like, maybe it's just because I'm in this space, and so I obviously am like, it pops up on my stuff, but it's like, I don't know why people are you know, I guess everybody had high expectations for this anime, and me personally, I still think that everything that I expected has been met. Like all of my expectations have been fulfilled. So they want to troll new fans, I guess so, which is unfortunate because, like, in my opinion, uh, the more attention that Lord of the Mysteries gets, the better. And in my opinion, like, I want that because, I mean, there's so much potential for this. Like, in terms of, like, we could get figures, we could get like more arts, more official posters, like anything that promotes Lord of the Mysteries is gonna be good. It's gonna be good for us reactors too. And especially, but and as me as a fan, I want to see like, imagine if Lord of the Mysteries had a similar following to, like, any of the other bigger animes out there. One benefit of fake spoilers, though, is when people get real spoilers, the comments are the exact same, so sometimes it helps. Still wouldn't personally do it, though. Yeah. Alrighty, so which one do y'all want to start off with? We can go ahead and kick it off here. I'm thinking, let's watch the Chibi. Let's watch the Chibi and the Mysticism class. Ooh, finished volume 3. Very nice. All right, let's probably start off with the Chibi. Okay. Yes, yes, Lexi, I'm gonna get to that. Or actually, should we start off with that? Yeah, let's go ahead and start off with Discord stuff. Let me get all this set up here. I don't know. I don't need my headphones for Discord and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna be checking out some of the art that Lexi sent. But before we do that, we are gonna check out something very awesome that happened, and that is Luvion, who's in the chat right now, made some fantastic fan art. Like, look at this. Look at this. I have never thought... too bad I can't watch the stream. Gotta go to college. It's like 7:30 a.m. here. Oh, man. Bummer. Yeah, it's alright, man. Appreciate you coming in, though. Just dropping by and saying, hey. Yeah, I really need to find a good time to actually stream. Like, what time works best for everybody. So maybe I will do a poll or something and figure out when the best time to stream is for everybody, because I want everybody to be able to make it, or at least drop by, even if it's for like a couple minutes. But yeah, have fun at college, I guess, and good luck. Anyways, Luvion, who's in the chat, made this spectacular piece of art. And I am just in shock. I saved this. It is on my phone. Like, I gotta find something to do with this. Like, I don't know if I want to, like, make it a background or something. Add it to, like, a future Patreon or something. But I'm definitely gonna be doing something with this. So Luvion, you are the GOAT for doing this. And I'll send you some questions I have a bit later. Yes, Luxy, thank you for remembering that. So I remember you talking about that. But yeah, this is absolutely spectacular. I'm just floored. And I also like the little Easter egg that you put here with the spectator pathway over here. That was so genius. And yeah, and then this, of course, and then we got also, I noticed that your, like, little watermark little thing was right there. And then, yes, so it's so sick, the lighting and everything. Like, I just so appreciate this. It's amazing. All right, cool. And then you're gonna make a Discord server, possibly in the future. That is still something that I'm been slowly, like, trying to plan out. So it probably will come whenever I get a bit bigger. That's what I'm gonna say. So yes, I definitely want to open up one. but it's definitely going to be in the future whenever I get a bit more of a following, like maybe 2K, 3K subs or something like that. But yes, not now, but it will be coming. So yes, Luvion, always add Easter eggs. Yes, yes. Okay, so in terms of what we got here, Luxie sent some stuff here. Sorry, Luxie, I'm leaking the DMs. Anyways, so first one, official novel art for the true creator. That's what we saw at the end of episode 4. What? Oh, this is crazy. Oh, this is terrifying. I don't like this is. It's actually pretty terrifying. The anime one though looks pretty sick too. I think they. Yeah, that's insane. So second spoiler. Ooh, we got all this stuff. Okay, okay. Yes, yes. I remember seeing this at the end of one of the trailers. I think it was like, was it Klein's character trailer? They posted this, and this is so sick. Man, they did a great job. And then we have, we have Leonard. I was supposed to say Klein. We have Leonard. That's so sick. Whoa, we have Alger. Yeah, trailer 3. That's right. Is it? I still feel like I forgot it. Is it Alger or Alger? I think I was told Alger last time I remember, but I might be also incorrect in remembering that. And then we got Audrey. Wow, man. Oh gosh, the whites and the pinks. Wow. Oh, this is awesome. Man, they need to make like trading cards, which I'm sure they're gonna eventually like make some sort of cards or posters or something like that of this, but that'd be so sick. Alger, yes, Alger. And then you sent me that. Next spoiler. Whoa, what's this? So this is Joe Mingudi. Mingudi? Wow, so that's what Klein looked like before he was Klein. I put the Chinese name in the machine translation to know the pronunciation. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, man, so we got this. Man. And then we got this. Yep, I've seen this before. Let's see. What's the next? Whoa, this is for the Fool. Official novel art. That's pretty dope. I've not seen that before. These are unofficial, I think, but they have spoilers. Okay. Art of Azek Skeleton, Chinese Premium Physical Edition. Whoa, goodness. Wow. Oh my gosh, man. See, they did a pretty good job with the anime, to be honest. Like, yep. Yeah, I've seen this as well before. Oh man, that's so sick. I think that's it. I think it's everything. Nice, nice, nice. Very awesome. Thanks so much, Luxie, for all that. Did I see the Trissy official art? Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure. One of the streams I did. That is so sick. Thanks, Luxie, for all that. That was awesome. I love looking at like the official art stuff. But the fan art is also really, really cool as well. I remember, I think my second stream, I reacted to a bunch of that Romero sent. And that was very, very cool. Alrighty, so let's see. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the I'll go ahead and do this here. Chibi version. I said Chibi version, but I just call it Chibi episode. Chibi Mysteries. We have Chibi Mysteries episode 5. And yeah. We're going to be checking this out. I'm really excited to see what is in store for this Chibi episode. It's gonna be freaking fantastic, I'm sure. I just saw the thumbnail, which is Klein with his revolver. So we'll see. Y'all ready? Very, very cool. All right, let's check it out. Chibi Mysteries, episode 5. Okay, we got. Oh, is this his target practice or whatever? Because he was talking about how he was doing some training when there was like a bit of that like time skip for episode 5. Interesting. What he just
意义上来说，枪法很准，应该饿了吧？来。
Yeah, he hit his target. Is that another? Is that like basically carrying on the fact that he was like whenever he wasn't trying to hit his target, he hit his target or hit a target because so the clown fight that he was in. That's pretty funny.
谢谢，我还不饿。
Yo, Chibi Old Neil. Have we seen Chibi Old Neil? I think this is the first time we're seeing Chibi Old Neil.
真是年轻。
Whoa, all expenses during training
练和任务期间
missions.
所有花费均属于合
This may
理
fall
报销
in
范
scope of
畴。
reimbursement.
三餐下午茶报销。交通路费报销。
Transportation expenses are reimbursable.
衣物损耗报销。
What? So he's just look how detailed this just table is. Yeah, man, so Old Neil's basically just teaching, he's telling Klein like this is how you save money. This is because it's all reimbursable. So that's awesome.
当然了，报销费用真正的大头在仪式魔法和符咒上。仪式魔法要用银器，符咒除了银质。
So, I mean, it sounds like Old Neil is a total cheapskate, which is, you know, fair. So he's like kind of just telling Klein all of the ways that he can get reimbursed and all the ways he can save money, because technically all this falls on the Nighthawks, right? Because he's a part of it. So reimbursement, aka means just taking it to Dunn to get reimbursement for. Yeah, he is. He's totally abusing the reimbursements, but I think it's hilarious because that just shows, you know, Old Neil. He's been around town. He knows what's going on.
甚至还有黄金的，不过这只是
However, this is just
理论
theory.
我老尼尔从来没有。
I, Old Neil, have never done such a thing. Oh, really? Really? I don't believe that for a second.
这么做过，是吗？小便宜可以
Skimming small benefits is fine.
占，大的可不能贪啊。
Just don't get greedy with the bigger ones. What does that mean? Let me guess.
老尼尔，
Oh, he's got a stack of papers. Bro is literally... Old Neil's crazy, dude. He's crazy. Taking all this stack... Well, it's... I think what he was talking about is basically, you know, small reimbursements are... Yes, but he's going to stack up the small reimbursements. He's going to come to Dunn with like a crap ton of small, which would add up to a big one. So even though it's just the small ones, you know... Yeah.
你上午才报销过一叠发票，
Stack of receipts this
只
morning.
能过段时间再来了。
Wait, what?
你上午才报销过一叠发票，
只能过
Looks like you'll have to come back after
过
some
段时间再来了。
What is he?
哎，邓恩，我来报销啦。
What? It actually worked. What? Want everything he is included in Nightmare's inventory? Exactly, yeah. What's up, Walter? What's up? Welcome to the Avitaku stream. We're gonna be reacting to a mass react stream to a lot of Lord of the Mysteries stuff, and we're starting off with the Chibi stuff. Chibi Mysteries, episode 5. Old Neil is abusing the reimbursements. That's what we've got. He's showing Klein the way. He's done a lot to learn. But and poor Dunn's just putting up with it. He's like, I don't think he really has a problem with it, but it's still coming out of the organization's paycheck. Yo, what's up, Abhine? Hopefully that's how you say your name. If not, let me know. What's up? Welcome to the Avitaku stream. So I actually want to go back and look at this stuff. So this is obviously Klein practicing his marksmanship, which we were told about in the last episode. And this I thought was very funny. He shoots the shots, right? And they miss what he was aiming at, but they hit the other target that he wasn't aiming at. So in my eyes, that's alluding to what happened in like episode 2 or 3. No, it was episode 3. Whenever he was fighting the clown, and he's like, just leave it up to the RNG, pretty much. So that's sick.
从某种意义上来说，枪法很准。
And then he offers him food, but it's expensive. And then old Neil goes on a tangent about showing him how to take care of all the expenses by just using them as reimbursements. Everything can be reimbursed, which is kind of funny. That's like financial advice. It's like for old Neil to tell him that. That's awesome, man. Yeah, old Neil is definitely showing him the ropes. So it is what it is. Old Neil he's been around a while. He can he knows how these things work. Klein's new to this, and he wants at the end of the day he wants to save Klein money. Klein isn't made of gold. He's getting good money, but he's not made of money. At least not yet. Maybe he gets more rich. Maybe he gets more money the higher up he goes. But yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Chibi Mysteries of Lord of the Mysteries, episode 5. Pretty dang good. I think that's a pretty awesome one. All right, so that was that. Old Neil literally doesn't own anything technically. Oh, really? That's funny. I mean, if he's getting reimbursed for everything, technically he doesn't, because he's not paying for any of it. Love for money never gets old. Yeah, that's so funny. They get along. Okay, so that was awesome. And next one, let's go ahead and do the Mysticism class. Alrighty, so we have old Neil's Mysticism class from Lord of the Mysteries. Obviously, these are the extras that are added at the end of every episode, and we are on episode 5. This one's is this a little bit longer than the last one? I can't remember. But we have episode 5 of this, so let's go ahead and check it out. What are we gonna learn today? Wait, hold on. Old Neil's Mysticism class, episode 5. Tips: is recommended you watch the 5th episode before taking this class. Well, of course, I've already seen the 5th episode.
嗨，好学的非凡者们，是时候了解一下刺客途径和鲁恩王国。
Ooh, assassin pathway and currency system of the Lowen Kingdom.
的货币体系啦，刺客途径是22条神之途径中较为
special.
特殊的存在。从序列9到序列7，依次
Assassin, instigator, witch.
为刺客、教唆者、女巫。序列7及以上均为女性。
So, okay. Since we're on this topic, we might as well talk about it. Since we are on this topic, I don't know how I missed it. I don't know how I missed the fact that Triss is Trissy. You know, I listen, I'll just say it right now. I think I was not misled, but I mean, I watched the trailers and it showed Triss and Trissy, and then didn't it show the assassin pathway? So I don't know. I guess I just totally missed it. I don't know how I missed it. I mean, I feel like I failed as a reactor for all the stuff that I've gotten correct unknowingly, and now I just totally missed the ball on the most obvious thing that happened in the episode, which was that. But I understand now, so we're here. I understand now. But I guess I just did it. It didn't. I guess what threw me off is that one assassin coming in there, or the one witch coming in there and talking with Triss, and totally just throwing me off because I'm like, well, that's Trissy. So I don't know. But I don't know how I missed it either. Okay. It's just it's something that I guess I thought was obvious because, you know, I guess that's the only thing that just threw me off is like at the beginning whenever Triss and that assassin or that, you know, witch, I think it was talking, and she offered the sequence 7 potion. I guess that's just what threw me off because I thought that was Trissy, but turns out, and anyways, I'm human. I make mistakes, so but I think it was hilarious the fact that I missed that because I got so many comments. It was like bros in denial. So
序列9刺客能在短时间内改变身体，获得羽毛般的轻盈且固化鹰的视力和黑暗视觉。每一位刺客都善于躲藏在阴影里，有灵巧的步伐，将全部的力量爆发。
Ooh, concentrate all strength in one strike. Okay.
发在一击之内的能力里，曾经主导木须号惨案的凶手特里斯。
Oh, so it's called the Clover Incident.
是魔女途径的序列8教唆者，他们最擅长诱发每个人。
Provoking dark desires hidden within people's hearts, exactly, which basically causes them to have outbursts. But assassin pathway for sure is quite powerful, if not for the gender bent part. Yeah.
心底的恶欲，激化矛盾，挑起冲突。据传，这个途径晋升到序列7女巫之后，会变成真。
One will become a real woman. Yeah, become a real woman. Appearance greatly improved. Have invisibility. Initial mastery of various black magic, interfering with other people's divination. Gain the favor of Black Flame and Frost. Ooh, use mirror magic to counter divination and create substitutes. Yeah, that's insane. I mean, when you're moving from sequence 8 to 7, there really is a power jump. Which is definitely strong as sequence 7, we know yet. Managed to escape, while the clown did not. Exactly, that's very true, Luxie. Very true.
正的女性获得容貌和魅力的极大提升，并拥有隐形的能力，初步掌握各种黑魔法，能通过血液等媒介施加诅咒术。
Through blood and other medium, and that's exactly what she did to
擅长干扰别人的占卜，并获得黑焰、冰霜的眷顾，打开镜子魔法的大门，拥有反占卜和借此制作替身的能力。哎，等一下。刚刚突然收到了克莱恩转正的
officially been promoted to a regular employee. He got a lot more money. Now he's going to be earning. Khan's purpose was different compared to Trissy. Yeah.
一下这个幸运的小伙子，出色的占卜家。那接下来就了解一下鲁恩王国的货币体系吧。在鲁恩王国境内，铜便士位于最底层，属于最基。
Copper pence.
出的流通货币分为5变
True, but I wouldn't hit one. To be fair, a relic was involved in the clown failing to escape. That's true, also, Jake.
式、1变式、半变式和1/4变式4种。
Wow, okay, interesting. 5 pence, 1 penny, half a penny, and quarter of a penny.
币值，苏勒是纸币，位于第2层，
Solely.
来源于古代的银币。1苏勒等于12铜变
1 solely equals 12 copper pence when it comes to denomination.
式，有1和52种面值。位于货币顶端的是金镑，以黄金作为
Gold pound. Now those are the big boys. The gold pounds. Backed
保
by
障
gold.
，1金镑等于20苏
1 gold pound equals 20. Whoa. 20 solis.
勒，有1、5、10。
1, 5, and 10 gold pounds. Wow.
3种面值，在我们日常的生活消费中，8磅黑麦面包大约需要9便士，属于
Okay.
最底层家庭的主食。克莱恩
Interesting. 6 pounds, literally 6 gold though, which is huge. 6 gold. Wow. Okay.
一家目前居住在联排房屋，每周的租金大约需要
Weekly rent is about 12 solely, 3
12
pence.
苏勒3便士，拥有独立的盥洗室。停根室内的公共马车每公里只需要支付1到4便
Wow,
士。
they pay by the kilometer? That's
如果是
interesting.
位于城郊的长途巴士，则会上涨到每公里6便士。当然啦，作为一名绅士，最好不要让自己的口袋太过
Not get
空
too
虚哦
empty.。
克莱恩的哥哥班森作为进出口公司的文员，周薪约1金镑
1 gold pound, 10 solely.
10苏勒，在生活支出上免不了要精打细算。好在克莱恩作为职业者小队的成员转正后，
6.
周
His
薪
weekly salary can reach 6
可以拿到
pounds.
6金镑了，足够享受独立的住房，偶尔还能和家人享用美味的
Very
肉
delicious meat.
食大餐。
Wow.
不过
However, for people like us who constantly
对
go
我
and
们这
I
种
don't
需
know.
要经常探索隐秘、尝试仪式的
Salary is never quite enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Yo, what's up, Wissam? What's up? What's up? Yeah, 12 pence, 1 solely. The currency is backed by a hard resource, was a common a long time, which is a common a long time ago. 12 pence, 1 solely. 20 solely equals 1 pound. 1 pound, around 140 US dollars. Wow. Yeah, 6 pounds a week. Yeah, apparently 840 a week, which is a lot for that time. That's
非凡者
awesome.
来说，
Yeah, that is a lot. I mean, if we're talking about like, this is set in like the Industrial Revolution-esque time. Yeah, that's a lot.
薪水总是不够的。幸运的是，我在这里待了很多年，目前每周可以从职业者组织和警察部门分别领取到一份薪水，总价值12磅。这样的薪水其实足够丰厚，而且不用我们交所得税。
Wow.
好啦，今天的神秘学知识就到这里吧，不要忘记阅读相关的历史资料。坦白的讲，我看到他们就感到畏惧，但这或许是属于神灵的恩赐。赞美女神！
Wow. Well, there you go. Wow. W old Neil. Well, goodbye, folks. Let's meet again when fate allows it. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Talk to you next time. Klein living the life. I mean, goodness. Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, it's I feel like where did I learn the currencies last time? Was that from the last stream that we did? Yeah, we like when we were watching the bread video, like how much bread costs, or like, Lord of the Mysteries currency using bread, that video. But so I was already kind of familiar, but it's good to know like the Lowen Kingdom, the currency that they use specifically. So sick. Heck yeah. Yeah, Old Neil, another Old Neil W from the episode 5 of the Mysticism class. The cut content, any news? Oh yes, bread, yes. Yeah, so cool. I say we can do. Let's check out this. Let's check out Kaka's. I'm curious. Like it's eating at me. Like the anticipation is. So what do we got? So apparently there is, and this might be master farming. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this as a separate video, but you know, apparently there's some nuclear drama going on, which our boy Kaka TV is gonna be covering. We're gonna be reacting to that here. I am not on X/Twitter, so I don't know what's going on. So I need other people. You know, Kaka's gonna be the example today, but I'm going. You know, we're gonna. I need other people to point this out to show what's going on, because I doesn't show spoilers because I have not seen it. New Lord of the Mysteries power system explanation from Ellen Historian, but spoiler free though. Already noticed that. Yes, so Artpa, I'm going to be reacting to that as well. That's probably going to be, that might actually be next, to be honest. But before that, we're going to take a quick intermission, check out what nuclear drama is happening in the Lord of the Mysteries space on X. The video is a pre-farm, no spoilers. So does that mean that this is? Are you talking about this is? I mean, this has got to be spoiler free. I can't imagine that he's gonna be, talking about. Anyways, so yeah, sure, do that. Yeah, Lexi, that'll be fine. And then after that, yeah, we'll have a little bit of intermission before we go on to Ellen Historian's video. But anyways, Kaka TV says there's nuclear drama happening, and I'm curious to what he has to say, and I'll also be giving my opinions, I guess, on what information. Like I said, I'm not on Twitter, so had slip up. That's about it. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll watch out for the power system video. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Anyways, let's check out what we got here.
I took one day off, just pooping my pants off.
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, he was massively sick for like a day, I think, due to food poisoning. So yeah, R.I.P. dude. I mean, I can't imagine.
Projectile vomit because I got food poisoning from McDonald's. God damn you, McDonald's. But something is just, bro, there is nuclear drama happening on the day that I was off. 17 notification. I think I have an idea.
Which, I mean, why has there been so much drama? I don't. Maybe has there been that much drama in terms of like the Lord of the Mysteries anime? I feel like it's not been super big compared to like other anime, but I guess everybody just had such high expectations for this anime, and so, or Donghua, same thing.
What's going on?
Not same thing, but it's anime is just a general term, I think. Yeah.
What's going on? Well, there's a lot of glaze here. There's a lot of glaze here going on. But the most important ones are these. Where is it? Let's bring this out. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, this is Nicholas Light crashing out on...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, and Nicholas Light, I think he dropped... Not dropped it. I don't want to say that. I don't think he's dropped it. And I don't know. I'm not part of his Patreon, so maybe he's been just... He moved Lord of the Mysteries to a Patreon exclusive, which a lot of people have. Yeah, so I guess this person is getting on to...
A kid that is a Lord of Mysteries fan that is basically celebrating him apparently dropping the show.
Which I don't blame, absolutely don't blame Nicholas Light for doing that, because Koro said, yeah, he dropped it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with like dropping it, especially like, and Kaka's said before in previous videos. In fact, he made like an hour-long rant video, or not rant video, but it was somebody ranting about him, I think, and he was just responding to it. But talking about how, like, when you're doing YouTube, you got to do it for, like, you have to, like, finances have to come into play. So if a series isn't doing well, yeah, it's going to be bad for your channel and in general to invest in that when it's not paying you back. So for Nicholas Light to drop it when it wasn't doing well as his other stuff, that totally makes sense. You got to do what you got to do. It was already Patreon exclusive. Okay, gotcha.
What else is there? This is Chibi on the Lord of the Mysteries adaptation, talking about the...
And Chibi talking about Lord of the Mysteries as well. Chibi reviews for those of you who know for those of you who know who he is. Yeah. So what does it say? About to piss a lot of people off. Keep it blunt. Well, actually, I'll just let Kaka talk. He might talk about it.
Density of the show and how people cannot what's the word? They just can't digest it, man. None of them has the acting principle down, and no one can understand the
That's what he's saying. I mean, there might be some truth to that. I'm not gonna lie.
show. Where else is it? We got
Oh.
we got what is this? We got your boy Roshi talking about this, and Ellen Historian coming in.
Okay, if you need to do homework to watch a show or watch YouTube breakdowns, other sidebar shows to explain the main show, then that's lame. Most people do not want to do all that. Otherwise, they would read the source material. What exactly are you confused about? Lord of the Mysteries is the kind of show where you really need to pause and read subtitles carefully. It's dense and layered, which I personally like. I like that about Lord of the Mysteries, and that's why I'm enjoying it, because it feels like I'm diving into something that's like unlike what I've seen before with like other anime. But from watching your reactions and Nicholas's, it seems like you guys just powered through doing that, which might be why things didn't click. With dub, you probably won't have to do this. That's true. That's true. Absolutely, it's true. At least when he's talking about the dub, like people that watch the dub, you're not having to read the subtitles. You're actually able to pay attention a little bit, and it might come easier. But watching the sub, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's definitely not for everybody. Everybody that's watched sub a lot, and it's also just depends on your interest. If Lord of the Mysteries is not within your interests, it's not like a genre or it's not a type of anime that you typically enjoy, then it might lose you. So it's all dependent on your taste, really. Might say the dogma for non-Chinese people. Yeah, honestly, and that's why I can't wait for the English dub to come out. And honestly, I might do like a separate reaction to the dub or something like that. I definitely will be watching the dub. I will be watching every single episode over again in English dub. That is for a fact. And no, you don't need to do homework to understand it, but some shows do require a bit of analysis and attention than others. I mean, I've done that for Attack on Titan. I've done it for tons of shows. If I don't understand a show, but somebody has read the manga or just like is better at like explaining things, then I'll go and watch a YouTube video that helps explain this. That's why, I mean, how many times have I done that for Lord of the Mysteries so far? I've done it so many times. This is a Hindi dub. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did see that, the Hindi dub. Okay.
Talking about how the Donghua is just too much for them.
So
what else
too
is
much
there?
for them.
We got
Oh,
Ellen
man.
Story responding to Nicholas Light TV, right? Saying,
Uh-oh. Oh, man. Goodness, this might be nuclear drama, well, isn't it? Gosh. Not understanding Lord of the Mysteries doesn't mean you're stupid. The smartest people I know understand why people don't understand it. Yeah. Some people will get it, most people won't. That's true. I agree with that a little bit. Telling people to read a book or you're stupid gatekeeps the whole story. Yeah, no, I can agree with that to some extent. Absolutely. But let's hear what the historian has to
and
say.
all this shit and more, man.
Oh, telling people to read just means that the story isn't for everyone, or maybe the anime isn't doing the best job explaining it, since it's jamming so many chapters into one episode. Still enjoying the series a little bit, but might potentially drop it if it's still lost by the end of the season. Jonathan Uha says, the problem for some people is that the donghua isn't one that holds your hand just like the novel. It allows you to think about and speculate. I don't want another mind-numbing show. That's, hey, facts. Is there a stage above nuclear drama? I don't know. Yeah, might be. Anime fan dubs are popular in Russia, apparently. The director said to watch the whole season before criticizing it, apparently. That's fair as well. Anyways, yes, I agree with you, Jonathan, on that. Absolutely do. Which is why I'm enjoying it, because it's not like a lot of anime that are coming out or that have come out in the past. It's and that's why, I mean, as a guy that likes to theorize and all that, even if I get something like wrong, like drastically wrong, like me in denial about the fact that Triss is Trissy and stuff like that, like it's fun and it's funny as well. To be honest, it's comedic, the fact that I missed that. But having something that might be a little confusing, you might miss some stuff, you might get some stuff totally wrong, but it's all about learning. It's all about growing with the show, as it goes forward. Because in the end, I'll find out everything. Like in the end, I will find out everything. Everything will make sense, or maybe, 5 seasons or however many seasons they have planned down the line. We'll all get there together. Some of us might detour, some of us might like get it. If you're a novel reader, then you'll understand it all. At least when it comes to donghua. But that's all about growing. It's all about growing with the show. It's all about having fun, not caring too much about it. Just being interested. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
And it is an absolute clown fiesta in the Lord of the Mysteries
will the nuclear drama evolve in supernova drama? Haruto, even in the novel, you need a working brain to understand the story. That's what makes it interesting. Exactly, Haruto. I think it's a show you need to rewatch it after you finish it. Yes, exactly. Luxie, and I'm definitely doing that as well. Like, for real. I'm definitely going to be rewatching the entire series. Like, I want to watch it on a big TV, like, because I really want to see like the visuals and everything better than just on my laptop here. But yeah.
And because skill issue.
Skill issue. Skill. He said it. Skill issue. He said it. Okay, let's hear him out. Let's hear it out.
Skill issue, bro. They all built like baby bitches, bro. Straight up. Skill issue. Small brain, big channel bum, so entitled. All they can do is expect shit to get spoon-fed.
Okay. Yes. However, I mean, yes. Like, obviously. Like, seriously. A lot of anime fans might be new to anime, and that's all they're used to. So when they get something big-brained like Lord of the Mysteries, that you're right, it's not going to be spoon-fed, then it's definitely going to throw them off the loop. It's like, yeah, there was a movie screening in Britain, watching it on my phone, then watching it on TV with my mom. Definitely looks a lot better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, watching it on like a big screen, you gotta watch it. Anyways, yeah.
And here I am, putting in the fucking work, getting the recognition I deserve, is what I would say if I wanted to crash out and burn all the bridges. I got a lot to say about this.
All right.
What I just said, I hope you understand that it is an exaggeration.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, it does come down to a skill issue. And the really important question is, do people need to actually have supplementary information and to watch other shows such as the cut content or the, not even the cut content, it's just old Neil, mysticism lessons.
Yeah.
Even like the Chibi shorts are just for fun, right?
Yeah.
I think
but I mean, there is some stuff that's talked about in the Chibi shorts that does add extra context or add extra information. It's all, and that's why I like Lord of the Mysteries. Another reason I like it is because it adds all the extra stuff that makes it a little bit more fun and lighthearted.
that there's also like this discourse about pausing and me being able to analyze everything while people who don't pause, it just goes over their head. And due to the nature of the Chinese dub too, of how fast they talk, right? Maybe the English dub will be a lot
very
more
good points.
Easier for people who don't pause, but that's kind of what's going on right now. And I have a lot to say about this. I have a lot to say about the glaze, the drama, the nuclear fallout happening everywhere, but today's not the day. This is a pre-farm trailer. You know how I do. Sequence 1, Agriculture Warlord, baby. I'm gonna let this simmer and let more comments, you know, basically just oh there's also
What? There's a Lord of the Mysteries reaction tier list. Oh. Oh no.
oh yeah, there's this too.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
this is what kind of
Oh,
started
no.
the fandom, bro, because there's apparently a tier list. Apparently there's a fucking tier list.
Dude, I'm at the bottom of C tier. Are you kidding me? What the heck is this? Bottom of C tier. What's NA mean? Not available? I mean, just like people that dropped it or something? Wait, so if you don't count NA, I'm at the bottom of this tier list. What the frick is going on? Why? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay, interesting. I wonder why that is. Interesting.
Stuff like Lord of the Mysteries. That's a reaction tier list is fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
Your boy is up there. Not your boy Roshi, but I'm up there. I'm up there. Flexi is up there. Hey, Freshest Anime. Dude, Freshest Anime got done
No, it's okay, Luvion. I am not taking it to heart at all. But I just find this funny.
dirty. What the fuck? This tier maker watermark is just, you know,
Oh, I
covering
gotcha.
Baldi's
Oh, they didn't watch the reaction. Interesting.
face. But hey, I'm up there. But maybe, you know, people got sensitive because of seeing stuff like that, and basically there's nuclear fallout happening on Twitter.
Dude, there's nuclear fallout. Time to fight them, Adam. I'm not gonna fight them. It's all a matter of opinion. I mean, I'm not the biggest. I'm just a small I'm a small fry compared to everybody that was on that. Like, let's legitimate. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna point out the ones I recognize. About reactions, you go a lot deeper in your streams. Yeah, that's true. And also a lot of I've done like a lot of theory crafting, whatever. Like when I watch the trailers as well. These are not actually like episode reactions. But anyways, Flexi J Anime. Yes, I've watched her. She's great. Hers are very long. I think some of them are like 45 minutes. Like she does a lot of talking. But she's also very big, I think. Doesn't she? I don't know how many subscribers she has, but Kaka obviously. Freshest Anime, yeah, he's great too. I watch he's been growing really fast actually recently. Don't recognize. Andu, yes. He's been doing it I think he's been doing it for like 3 years or something. So I've seen him, yes, recognize. I think I recognize, yeah, Angel Rodriguez. I think so. Yeah. Anime Attention, no, don't recognize. AJ Rich, I think I recognize. Your boy Roshi, okay. Nickel Slide, obviously. Studio Gek. I actually really enjoy Studio Gek. I've been watching them ever since, like, very near their conception of their channel, back whenever they started watching, like, back when they started on Attack on Titan, because I obviously love Attack on Titan. They're there, and then there's me. I know Otaku Steph, Jadeverse I've seen. So it's all very interesting. Yeah, I don't like. Maybe they haven't watched enough of me, but I don't know. I'm small. I'm a small fry. Overreaction. I like physically can't force myself to watch the fake behavior. So am I? They saying that I'm overreacting maybe? Which, I mean, I don't. I'm naturally a goofy, like, expressive person. So maybe they think that's fake, but I mean I think it's more fun for me when I'm just being myself, and reacting in that way. It's like, I mean, y'all might not. I mean, some people might not believe me, but I'm watching anime on my own. I act the same way. I will literally be like punching the air, like for instance in Blue Lock season 2. For those of you who have seen it, there's a part where one of the characters makes a goal out of nowhere. He literally like tears through the crowd to make this goal, and nobody expected it. And so it's just like, yeah, it's interesting. I remember ranting to my friend though, censor speech, voice spoilers. Okay, anyways, yeah, it's maybe I'm at the bottom because it seems like I'm overreacting and stuff. But I mean, I'm just gonna stick to being me. I don't like, and I'm glad that the people that do follow me, find it entertaining and whatever. But if people think it's overreacting or people think then it's okay. I'm gonna keep being me. I can't be anybody else. So if that's too much, then you don't have to watch. So yeah. Anyways.
Sensitive because of seeing stuff like that, and basically there's nuclear fallout happening on Twitter. But at the end of the day, I'll treat this in the most objective, bipartisan, unbiased way possible, trying to not again burn bridges. But if I really wanted to burn the bridges, bro,
literally everybody that's been mentioned so far, I have watched before, and I like their content, as you would normally, because you'll find your audience that way. No matter what they say, I enjoy watching you. I literally do the same thing when I get excited about things. I honestly would like to hear your theories in your reaction vids. Okay, yeah, I can definitely start doing that. There's I think for me, I'm and this might be my shonen brain coming out, because I literally was raised on that stuff. I started on Naruto. I love JJK, stuff like that. Whenever most episodes when they finish, I am just so caught up. Sometimes I find it's sometimes hard if I'm all I'll see all the action scenes, all the fight scenes, or whatever. I'm all focused on that without actually trying to break it down and theorize. So I can definitely try to be better about that. So thanks for the feedback, y'all. Y'all are awesome. And then you can always find lots of people you're happily fine to be spoiler, because then I don't understand Dongwa but still want to know. Cool. Yeah, let's save the rest of this.
my god, it's not a good idea. We need to be mature and professional about this and be respectful to our colleagues in the same space. Anyways, look forward to the actual video of where we go in depth about these, statements. Today, I have to just start anime reactions immediately. For those that know,
so he's gonna do another reaction on it, or he's gonna do more in depth, a more in depth video about it.
I've been just shitting and vomiting because of food poisoning from McDonald's, and I'm so behind. So
yeah, that's understandable.
Check the comment in the pinned comment to join Twitch for some anime reactions. See you next time.
There it is. There it is. Wow. Well, what we've learned. What we've learned is that, everybody has their own tastes. Apparently, they might help for the scripts. Okay. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. Maybe they haven't watched a whole lot of me or anything like that. More farming, praise the farmer. That's basically what we've learned. Yeah, this is interesting. I'll just say that. But anyways, yeah, it's it's okay. I'm not taking any of this to heart, to be honest. But it is very funny, to take away from this, the nuclear drama that's been happening, on Twitter, I guess, about surrounding Lord of the Mysteries. I don't like to get into it, to be honest. Yeah, when it comes to all the stuff about Lord of the Mysteries, I will take this stand. I'm gonna stay in my lane and just keep doing my thing, and keep enjoying Lord of the Mysteries, and keep hanging out, talking with y'all about how much I like the show and all that. It is a little bit, concerning a little bit, because I built up my channel around Lord of the Mysteries, and so, excuse me, if the channel starts to suffer, I guess, because the show starts to suffer, or the view of the show, then it might be something I might have to think about. But I don't think that's going to be I don't think that's going to be the case. I enjoy it, and I'm going to continue watching it because I think it's awesome, and people seem to enjoy watching my reactions. People show up for the episode reactions, and so I'll keep them coming. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So that was very interesting. Nuclear drama. it's interesting to know what's going on. At least as someone who's in this space, to at least keep my eyes peeled for all that. So yeah, I was curious though where I would land on the tier list, and turns out I'm in C, but that's all right. Like I said, I'm not letting it get to me. So yeah, W Kaka for covering that. At least bringing it to my attention. He's gonna probably talk about it in another video, which I might watch on my own time because I'm not gonna farm the crap out of it. I was just curious what he was gonna be talking about in this one. So yeah, cool. All right, so next video we got Luxy, you want to ask those questions now? Because we're at a good stopping point. Okay. Let's just go back to this. Wow, dude. Okay. Yeah, anybody got any cuz this can be the time where I'm starting to, if y'all have questions for me of what I think about the show or theory crafting, any of that jazz, go ahead and feel free to ask. We'll just chat a little bit about that. And then we'll go ahead and get into Ellen Historian's video. We'll go ahead and get into Ellen Historian's video. And then we could watch Annie News's video, and then we'll end it off on the last one. Would you like to see join? Who would you like to see join the Tarot Club? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I have like 5 questions. All right. So Luxy asks, who would you like to see join the Tarot Club? There's one person that comes to mind right now, and that person is Azik. By the way, is Cuttlefish really going to write the 3rd book? Yeah, Azik comes to mind. I don't know why, and I don't know if that actually makes sense at all. But it seems like he would get along, but he kind of knows Klein, so I feel like if he joined, that would be yeah. If he joined the Tarot Club, then it's wait, the Tarot Club, that's the Tarot Club is just so I'm clear, the Tarot Club is Audrey, Alger, and the Fool, right? Klein. Or am I thinking the wrong thing? Oh, the Tarot Club. Am I getting something wrong? Would you like Klein to join the Tarot Club? The Fool is mysterious. Maybe he can help Klein get back home. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all are trolling. Yes, the club above the Gray Fly. Okay. Yes. So Azik, I'm thinking. Who would I like to see, or who do I think is like the most likely that would actually join? Audrey's already in there. I'm trying to think, because Isaac is just the first one that comes to mind, and there's not really a whole lot of other people that I can see going in there, but Isaac, we'll go with Isaac for now. Top 3 favorite characters. Ooh, Audrey Justice, Alger Hangman, Klein the Fool. Yep. So who's your top 3 favorite characters? Okay, so number 1 is okay, I'll say this. I'll say my top 3, and then I'll kind of break down who I actually think is in that, like in the actual specific order. But top 3, in no particular order for now, is Klein, Dunn, Leonard, with Old Neil maybe coming into close 4th. It's gonna be unexpected. Is it gonna be like Klein's brother or something? It's gonna be Benson, or maybe it's Old Neil. Old Neil's another good one that might join, but I think Azik seems like he would enjoy that a bit more. And I feel like Klein has been keeping things pretty close knit from Old Neil. Trissy, Triss, Leonard. Yeah, so mine are, so I think in first place, realistically, it's just Klein. Klein's first place. He's my first favorite. Second place would probably be Leonard and then Dunn. But honestly, Dunn and Leonard can be interchangeable. Also, Dolly might not appear for a while since she's back to Backland. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering where Dolly was actually. I figured she would appear in one of these other episodes, but she won't appear for a while. Do you rank the episodes worst to best? Can you rank the? Okay, Luxie, that is a great question. I am going to save that. I won't tell my plan. I won't say my plan for what I have planned for in terms of ranking the episodes, whatever. I won't say what I have planned for that, but I will be doing that, and it's gonna be happening after the series, after the season finishes. So after the season is done, I will get back to that question. So keep that in mind. I'm not gonna reveal too much, but yes. And then what's the last question? Susie, best girl. Oh my gosh, Susie. Dude, is Susie gonna join the Terror Club? Is that gonna happen? Like, what does Susie know? Season 1 ranking episodes. Let's go. We'll see. I don't want to say too much, but it's gonna be something related to that question that Luxie asked. Last one. Do you have any Lord of the Mysteries theories? Any theories? Yeah, this is gonna get me thinking. I guess this really isn't a theory, but I am wondering if Melissa is going to be involved with Melissa, or Klein's sister, is going to be involved with the Beyonders at any points. Something is giving that, but at the same time, I think that, well, actually, something that might happen is she's gonna get involved, but not like involved, more or less like she's gonna be put in a situation where she's involved, not out of her own, like she's not gonna be doing it out of her own will. She's gonna be thrust into something, and Klein's gonna have to react to it. Last question for real. Would you? What? Luxie, why do you have to ask such questions? I will not be answering. Anyways, but yeah, also there's some stuff that I don't want to entertain theories too much, because I don't want to accidentally spoil myself by thinking about it too much, about what happened in like the 5th final trailer. Favorite moment so far, not episode, just any particular moment that stands out, unless it's another video. No. Favorite moment. Ooh, favorite moment. Okay, so, oh man, favorite moment. I think episode 2, or was it episode 3? What was the episode where they took out that guy, the big giant monster guy? Ooh, actually, hold on. So honestly, I'll say this. Episode 2, I think, is still pretty awesome. Okay, so yeah, episode 2, that moment when Leonard busts down the door, bends the guy's shotgun, like barrel, and then punches that guy, and it blows out the back of his shirt. I still think that was an insane moment. Episode 3 is when the clown appeared, right? And so that one also was very, very awesome. That whole fight, there were so many parts that were cool. I think getting Klein actually like realizing that he has to get involved now, and so he tosses the cards to cause it to go to sleep, was very epic. Dunn, even in the latest episode, Dunn stomping the ground and like absorbing or something, whatever the demoness person, the statue thing, that was really good. Like, I wish they would have done it slightly more in terms of the effects, but I think it was like really, really cool overall. Actually, I still think, I think one of the coldest moments of the entire season so far has been whenever Leonard pulled out his domain expansion for the first time. I think it was called Midnight Poet or something like that. I forgot the name of the move, but it's something along the lines of that. And he's speaking Ancient Hermes for the first time, and we see the flower, like it zooms in, and we see like the flower, the rose field or whatever, and he's like doing like the JoJo pose, like walking. He's just total aura farming. That scene was incredible. And honestly, now I think about it, it's probably one of my favorite scenes. And then episode 4 was really good too, where Klein was just 1v1ing that, or the guy, his name's Vincent, right? That was really sick. Best by far currently, yes. Episode 4, yes, totally agree with you. ARPA. It was just visualization of his ability, not domain expansion. Okay, it's the visualization of his ability, not a domain expansion. Okay, thank you for clarifying, because I know a lot of people, like a lot of the other reactors, they've just been saying domain expansion, so it's kind of just caught on to me as well. Yes. Yeah, also, I think another funny moments. Oh, sorry. Another funny moments, and it's just a cool moment is whenever Klein is like getting his seer pathway abilities for the first time, and he's riding on that like the rocket or whatever. I think that was really, like, that whole scene of him doing that was incredible. And even the first time that Klein was meeting Audrey and Alger for the first time, that was really awesome as well. So many great moments. It's hard to pick. I think if I were to say one though that's at the top is the Leonard moment where he finally was subduing that thing, and we saw the rose petal garden area, and he was speaking Ancient Hermes. That was my favorite part, I would say, if I'm going to take one to the top and say that's my number one. They made the mirror divination better in the Donghua than in the novel. Novel was kind of boring part. There weren't any fights. Leonard is just reading a poem in Ancient Hermes to stir the natural magic to blind his opponent, though the rose field is just the visualization. So far, whenever a poem works on an opponent, the scenery changes to show a crimson moon. And that's just the perspective of the person being affected. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. But it's still sick nonetheless. It is still sick nonetheless. Okay. Is that it? Moving on. I'm so glad someone else here has watched that video. Awesome. Alrighty. So, anybody else got any other things? Also, another, I guess, theory. I'm wondering. There's got to be, so the fact that Susie is a thing, and like she got some of the potion, and I forgot who was mentioning it. If it was like old Neil or somebody. My memory's a little bit blurry, but whoever was mentioning the fact that they would, oh no, it was Alger that was talking about the Beyonder creature. Is that going to be a thing that's going to pop up again? Because they showed it for a reason. So that can't just be a one-off thing that happens to Susie, unless it is. You can also see the visualization when Dunn and Leonard both do a poem on the giant monster Bieber in the first half of the fight. Exactly, Walter. Yes. And that was super sick as well. I think overall episode 3, like that entire fight scene was incredible. Gotta spectate now and might be better than Audrey. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, but it is. But we'll see what happens. Maybe something's gonna happen with Susie, and we'll see. Very interesting. Cool. All right, are we ready to go on to the? Let's see. We can watch this. Actually, maybe that'll be like a quick finisher for that. Let's go ahead and go on to Annie News. Except, do I not have? I don't have Ellen Historian's video. I don't know why. Ellen Historian. Hold on, guys. I don't know why I don't have Ellen Historian's video popped up. I could have sworn I got it. But let's get it. Let's get it.
Lord of the Mysteries, episode 5.
Nope. That's not the one I'm looking for. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to do this. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, something the producer said is that when the colors are more vibrant, mystical things are likely what is being shown because the normal environment is more olden and desaturated. I had a little chat about my corruption with Luvion on Discord. He can vouch how corrupted I am. Oh gosh, Luxie. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so Ellen's running video is kind of tricky though. His older videos are all contain spoilers. Yeah, y'all, because we are gonna watch the power system video that he released. That is so sick.
Has a power system that looks.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Do y'all want to watch the cut content first or Ellen Historian's video first? The cut content is 22 minutes long, so that's quite a bit longer. Ellen Historian's video is only if you want to know the potential scale that people can reach. Yeah, Ellen Historian newer video is better now. No worries, I'm just kind of paranoid. Ellen Historian first. Ellen Historian first. Editing is great. Okay. So then we'll watch Ellen Historian first. All right. We have Mr. Ellen Historian, I don't know if forefather would be the right word, but like a prominent figure in the Lord of the Mysteries community. So he came out with a video, Lord of the Mysteries Power System Explained for Beginners. I'm a beginner. I am an anime only, guys. So we're gonna watch this video and check it out. Also, is the video or me being in the bottom right corner, is that okay? Or do I need to move this way or that way? Let me know. I can't believe you were at the bottom of C tier. Boar is S tier. Yeah, it's funny. I think it's funny. I'm a small fry. I like that. It doesn't make me feel any sort of way because I'm just starting out. Like, did you see the other people that were on that list? They had like some of them had hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Try right upper corner, I guess. Top right. What's up, Red Devil? Yeah, we'll try that. There it is. All right, hopefully that'll be fine. We'll put chat right here. Or maybe we'll put chat right here. It's a little bit weird though. Okay. Unk is just opinionated. Unk is just opinionated. Okay. Alrighty.
Lord of the Mysteries.
All right, guys, let's get it. Did someone say Unk? Are we talking about Ellen Historian? All right, anyways. Ellen Historian, Lord of the Mysteries, Power System Explained for Beginners. Everything you've missed. Let's get it. Let's get the quality up first.
Has a power system that looks insanely complex at first glance.
Also, before we begin, will there be any spoilers? And if so, what part of the video should I be avoiding? So I don't get spoilers. I call the guy that made the tier list Unk. Oh, okay, the tier list Unk. That's the thing. I absolutely we're watching the Ellen Historian Power System Explained video for beginners, by the way. Because he texts like an old man even though he's 24. Oh, really? I'm 24. Interesting. Yeah, so anyways, I don't really like people, opinionated people. Like I don't really take any of that to heart at all. Like that whole tier list didn't really. It was funny. I actually think it's hilarious. I'm just happy I was on that tier list, to be honest, because that means that I'm people might recognize me. I don't know. Anyways, let's get it. Bang.
But trust me, it is not nearly as complicated as it seems. It's
Okay.
actually pretty straightforward once you get into it. Simple in design, but incredibly deep in execution. Now this chart behind me
No
that you guys have
spoiler.
been looking at, well,
No spoiler. Clues are there. The right thought process, you can get spoiled. Okay, so what you're saying is I should just kind of watch this without thinking too much. Okay.
I made this over 2 years ago, and even back then, it was only like halfway done.
What? What the? Okay. What? That's insane. That's insane that bro took that much time to explain. That does look confusing. I mean, if I looked at that, I'd be like, that. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of like the Gundam timeline. Anybody that's in a Gundam, the amount of different timelines and spin-off shows and different timelines and different centuries in here, so it's fine. Okay, awesome. No spoilers. Bro, you're just okay, let's get it.
And at the time, we were still about 1,000 chapters away from the end of book 2, so now
Okay.
it probably covers like a third of the entire system. And before you guys ask, no, I'm absolutely not going back to finish it. That ship has sailed. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to break down the LOTM power system in a way that avoids spoilers for any major plot points or big plot twists. So there will be nothing that ruins your experience. Everything I explain here is completely safe. Whether you're planning to watch the donghua, read the novel,
not that bad.
or check out the manhwa, your enjoyment of Lord of the Mysteries is intact. I've got you covered. Okay, so now let's actually get to the video.
All right.
At the core of Lord of the Mysteries power system,
Why did my viewership all of a sudden drop to, or not drop, to rise to 24? Hello everybody, welcome to the Avataku stream. We're reacting to Ellen Historian. That's probably why people are joining and watching now, because Ellen Historian is on the stream.
lies something
Okay,
called
anyways.
a pathway, also known as the Path of Divine. Each pathway is essentially a progression system, a mystical ladder of power.
Might I say, those logos look so sick. What's up, iPatch? What's up? Yeah, those logos for the sequences are, or for the pathways are so sick. I love
Made
how
up
they
of
look.
9 tiers known as sequences. When
Yep.
someone consumes a potion associated with a specific sequence, they become what's known
Okay.
as a Beyonder, which basically just means
Yeah.
someone with supernatural powers,
Yep.
akin to mages or cultivators in other series. Beyonders unlock supernatural abilities that grow more powerful and intricate as they advance. The journey
Yep.
typically begins at sequence 9, the weakest, and climbs upwards through the increasingly rare and potent levels, culminating in
Dude.
sequence 2 and 1, where a Beyonder becomes an angel-level being. There are
Whoa.
22 standard pathways, each entirely distinct.
Look at all of them. See, I cannot. This is one thing I'm so excited about. I cannot wait to find out about every single one of these pathways. I can't wait. Like, every single one is its own thing, and we're gonna learn as we go through it. We're all gonna find out the more we watch, and I just can't wait for that. I cannot wait to dive
One
into
might
it.
govern prophecy and destiny, others might control storms, summon the dead, manipulate shadows, or bend space itself. Some
What?
pathways emphasize knowledge
What?
and rituals, while others transform their users into horrifying monsters. Crucially, each pathway grants authority
Yeah.
over a specific domain of reality. And because of this diversity,
Oh.
Beyonders from different pathways can vary wildly in ability stats and roles. For example, let's look at 2 starting points, Seer and Hunter. These
Okay.
are both sequence 9, the first step of becoming a Beyonder, but they're totally different in how they work.
Yeah.
Seer, which Klein begins with, centers on the mind and supernatural perception.
Yeah.
Seers gain enhanced memory, spiritual senses, and spirit vision to see ghosts.
Ah, spirit vision. That's what it was, man. I couldn't find the word last when I was reacting to episode 5. I couldn't find the word for that. I was like spirit sight or something like that. Spirit vision. That's what it's called.
Emotions and magical energy. They're skilled in divination, using rituals to uncover hidden truths, while physically normal, they excel at sensing danger and the unseen. Now, Hunter is the complete opposite.
Okay.
It is the action movie pathway. As soon as someone becomes a hunter, they get inhuman strength, speed, and reflexes.
Wow,
Like
okay.
we're talking about punches that can create sonic booms. And on top
What?
of that, their natural senses go into
Wait, is this saying Azig is a hunter? Is that, or he's a hunter pathway? Or no, hunter sequence, right? Wow. Okay.
overdrive. They can track people by smell, see invisible footprints, and hear whispers from an absurd distance. Like some kind
Whoa.
of supernatural tracker.
That's
and all
really
of this
cool.
is just scratching the surface. Every pathway has its own unique flavor and function.
Oh, hunters are so sick. Think about it. Man, the hunter pathway, like, that's really good to have. Like, if you're gonna have a pathway, the hunter pathway sounds like a really good one. Like, especially hand-to-hand combat, being able to track people, stuff like that. It won't spoil you on Azic's pathway. Okay.
Even right from sequence 9. These early stages, known as the low sequences, specifically sequence 9 and 8, mark the beginning of a Beyonder's transformation.
Yeah.
While they have started to surpass human limitations, their abilities are still grounded compared to what's
Taste of
comes
a hunter
later.
ain't bad.
Powers at this level are usually focused and practical, acting as a foundation for more dramatic and reality-defining abilities unlocked in higher sequences. Sequences 7
Gosh, is this video gonna make me want to read the novel? Is Ellen Historian gonna push me over the edge and want me to read the novel now? Azic's pathway might be revealed next episode. It's about Azic. What? Wow. Okay. Yeah.
5 are known as
Sorry. Pause it. Episode 6, wasn't that what one of the staff members was talking about? Is a very important episode or a very good episode. So next episode, they're gonna be cooking and we're gonna be feasting, absolute feasting. Next episode.
mid-sequences.
Read the novel.
A critical
Oh,
turning
man.
point where every pathway experiences a qualitative leap in power, granting Beyonders a vast and often terrifying range of abilities. At this stage, some can unleash devastating gravitational waves capable of shattering ships and flattening docks.
Yeah.
Others gain gruesome abilities to consume a person's flesh and permanently steal their abilities, leaving the victim
Ooh.
powerless. Some can hijack a soul from afar, killing the target and turning them into a puppet under their control. Certain mid-sequence
No spoilers, President. Does bro not have moderators? I do not have moderators. I'm sorry.
Beyonders can perceive the sense
So I won't read chat too much.
of others and deliver immediate punishment tailored to their crimes. Others can fire cosmic rays that are said to travel at the speed of light itself.
Whoa, I cannot
Sequence
wait till
4
that
and
episode
3
comes out.
are the beginning of the high sequences, specifically
3 and
called
4.
demigod saints, where Beyonders get immensely strong to a point where conventional means are not enough to stop them because of their crazy
Oh my
abilities.
gosh.
Some of these people are able to birth literal gods, exert minor influence over entire planets, derive power from the motion of stars and star clusters, shoot certain death rays, which will instantly kill anyone it touches. Certain demigods can
What?
spiritually parasitize your soul. Others wield the power to manipulate matter, trigger nuclear fission at will. A few can summon legendary figures or artifacts from history to fight for them or tap into the strength of their former selves. At this stage, merely laying eyes on a sequence 4 or 3 Beyonder could make you drop dead, lose control, or transform
What?
into a writhing, mindless mass
What?
of flesh. And above that, Beyonders step into an entirely different category, a stage that hovers between the very boundary of humanity and divinity, shedding the
What?
limitations of their mortal shells and becoming, well, different. A sequence 2 and 1 Beyonder are angelic demigods capable of exerting authority on a much more conceptual level. They become full-blown mythical beings,
Oh
an
my
aspect which is
gosh.
much more divine
Oh my
than
gosh.
it is human, allowing them to fully embody the meaning of their divine authority. Some of them are capable
my
of directly
gosh.
grafting concepts onto themselves, manipulating both
Wait, what was that visual? What was that visual? Just a bird and a tennis ball combining to make a tennis ball bird. What was that story?
space and time, personally orchestrating events by bending the laws of reality in their favor, embodying
Oh
the
my
very
gosh.
idea of corruption. And it doesn't even stop there. Order and chaos, life and death, light and darkness, space and time. Sequence 1 and 2 demigods break through the very idea of normalcy, as
Oh
their
my
authorities and
goodness.
attributes showcase the very might of their divine nature, a characteristic which puts them at the very pinnacle of the power system.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you might be wondering, how do these Beyonders even ascend up the levels of power? And how do they move from one sequence to the other?
Potions.
Well, the answer to this question lies in the acting method.
Oh, the
As it is
acting method. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, we already know
as
this.
fundamental to the Beyonder stability and advancement as the very potions which grant them their
Yes.
abilities in the first place.
Exactly.
The acting method is a significant principle which stipulates the Beyonder to act according to the sequence name in order to fully digest the potion and avoid
Yes.
the risk of losing control. Let's
Yeah.
once again take the name of Klein's sequence 9 potion, Seer, as
Yeah,
an
yeah.
example. Applying the acting method to this simply means that he would be expected to act accordingly to the principles of a diviner, fully adjusting himself to the role while maintaining a certain level of individuality. Like
You're basically embracing the role, like how you get more powerful and how you the acting method. You are basically just embracing the role that you are taking on. You're acting as if this is your new identity, like something like that.
Likewise, Leonard's sequence 8, Midnight Poet, would see him having to act in the romantic disposition of a poet, writing and composing poems which stir up the feelings and emotions of the receiver, which he ironically is shown not to be very good at. As long as a Beyonder is able to correctly identify the core meaning behind a sequence's official name, they will then be able to draft up the principles that directly applies to it, thus aiding them in efficiently going along with the stipulated acting method and furthering their advancement. Furthermore, tied into the acting method are Beyonder potions, a consumable which grants
Yep.
otherwise normal people the chance to
Oh.
step into the path of divine. If the acting method focuses on how a Beyonder should act, then the Beyonder potion
Yeah.
simply answers the following question of how a Beyonder is made. This is a step which is regarded
Yeah.
as the most basic when advancing through the sequences. The potions are made by following a step-by-step detailed formula
Yes.
documenting the ratio and volume of ingredients to be used in its corresponding order. I have to reiterate and state that the volume and the weight of the combined ingredients must absolutely be in their correct order, as any slight mishap carries the detrimental risk of losing control.
Yeah,
A fate
that's the
every
last thing you
Beyonder
want.
strives to avoid. If you know how chemicals are combined in basic chemistry, potion formulas work kind of the same way, just with ingredients that are more on the abnormal side.
And isn't old Neil an alchemist, correct? correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he an alchemist? So it's a science, but not it's a science, but like a I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's not a science, but it is kind of scientific.
And if you're wondering what these so-called ingredients are, well, they are made up of a major and minor elements, with the former and most important being something commonly referred to as Beyonder characteristics, while the latter are a series of supplementary ingredients ranging from the hide of rabid mutated wolves to maybe something even as uncharacteristically simple as the shavings off a coral stone, with the commonality being that they all must be mystical in nature.
Yes. Okay. See, I'm tracking. I'm tracking alchemist. Oh, he's a mystery prior. Okay. I could have sworn something about him alchemist was, or maybe that was episode 1 and 2 whenever they did not have the correct subtitles. So that might have been the right thing. Or that might have been the problem.
It's about time I touch on
he's a mystery
another
prior.
important aspect of a Beyonder, as successfully consuming the potion is not regarded as the end-all, be-all in the Lord of the Mysteries universe. Most of the supernatural skills and abilities associated with becoming a Beyonder cannot be used rashly, as ascension through the sequences comes with a specific limiting factor, most prominent at the low to mid sequences, but present at every stage nonetheless. The usage of these proficiencies comes at the expense of the depletion of something known as spirituality, a mechanic as important to the power system as the potions themselves. Spirituality is solely responsible for the fueling of the mystical, mind-blowing abilities shown throughout the entire series, as a Beyonder who is lacking in spirituality is reduced to nothing more than an averagely powerful superhuman.
This makes actual total sense. Absolutely. Because it's like, isn't that literally what Klein, like when Klein uses spirit vision, that's one thing he's analyzing is the spirituality. So that plays a huge part of what actually makes you, or whatever ranks you wherever you land in terms of your sequence.
Sequences 9 and 8, because they won't be able to showcase these skill sets. And
that's why Klein can sense that too. And so whenever he's in the presence of someone that's like a higher sequence, he can sense the spirituality just from, and I'm sure all Beyonders can, but that's definitely plays a part.
Most notably known for, to a high degree. Spirituality itself leaks into the physical world from an abstract, higher metaphysical realm known as the spirit world, existing as an individual extension of itself, while bonding with Beyonders, which explains why it houses such vastly arcane properties, capable of stimulating the otherworldly changes brought about by the consumption of a potion. It cannot be seen or interacted with by regular mundane means, as the only way to directly connect to spirituality is for the subject to either have supernatural properties themselves, or to go through a third-party medium capable of aiding them in forging the connection. This third-party medium may come in the form of an object with a mystical history and background, or in some cases a Beyonder, one who aids others in communicating with spirituality on their behalf. Spirituality exists in almost every aspect of life within the universe, while also being an integral factor to becoming a Beyonder. Now, what happens if you're a Beyonder whose path specializes in one type of domain, but you want to use abilities that are completely
He's okay. We're about to get to some really interesting stuff right now.
different? Let's say a Beyonder of the spectator pathway, for example. This pathway is well known for its observational and intellectual capabilities. But what if this Beyonder wants to acquire more direct and offensive skills, similar in nature to, let's say, the Hunter or the Twilight Giant pathways? How would he or she go about it? Since most Beyonder paths aren't good at everything like a few rare ones, people naturally look for other ways to gain power, like using Beyonder weapons and sealed artifacts. These are items imbued with Beyonder powers, either naturally or made by someone, and most need to be handled carefully. The main determinant for if a mystical item would be classified as either a Beyonder weapon or a sealed artifact lies in its inherent stability, as the more dangerous an item is, the more urgent the need for sealing and safe management.
Yeah,
now
that's what
there's
happened.
a lot more details about how sealed artifacts and Beyonder items are made, but explaining it would get into major story points that new fans of the anime don't need to worry about yet.
Yeah,
Everything
okay.
that I've explained so far in this video are the basics of the sequence and potion power system in Lord of the Mysteries, without going too deep into the details. I hope this helped clear up some of the confusion from the limited info in the donghua and gave you a better idea of what to expect as the story goes on. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know by
Wow,
leaving a
there we
like,
go,
and
man.
Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.
Great. Wow. Yeah, that definitely cleared up a lot of stuff. Most of it I already understood, like the general idea of it, but him breaking it down actually really did help. That was a slip up. Should be hunter or warrior pathway. Okay, I gotcha. Okay. Man, the warrior pathway sounds pretty sick. Yeah, so sick. I have yet to subscribe to Ellen Historian on this account, so I will definitely be doing that. Everyone who isn't subscribed, subscribe now. Adam will do an Audrey cosplay at 1 million subs. Oh my gosh, Luxy. Yes, everybody who has joined the stream, thank you for joining. We just reacted to the power system explained by our boy Ellen Historian. W video Ellen Historian, great job. I feel like if you pay attention and you get to, you're catching up with the donghua, and you pay attention enough, I feel like you'll get the general idea of this. But this is very nice that he actually just laid it out in a video, making it clear as day how the actual power system works for beginners. And he didn't go too in depth. He didn't get too far ahead of himself, and it was good. He chose to stop whenever it got a little bit too much, or before it got a little bit too much, like revealing too much. Skipped content maybe. Let's do that. Good idea. Yep. WLN Historian. Great video. All right. So, cut content. Any news? This is episode 2 of the content, the cut content. This is, I'm assuming, from episode 2, correct? What now? Haha. Yeah. Skipped content. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, are y'all still fine with me being up in the top right, or should I move down to the bottom? I guess we'll stay up in the top right. Will you consider cosplaying Trissy instead of Audrey? And no, Luxy, no, I'm not. It'll be more lore accurate. No, I don't care about I don't care about lore accuracy. What I care about is not doing that. What do you think about Assassin Pathway? Assassin Pathway is pretty dang sick. Very interested to learn more about the Demoness sect. I'm actually wondering if there will ever be a time where they will, maybe the Nighthawks, or I was supposed to say Nightwings. That's from How to Train Your Dragon. If there's gonna be a huge battle and they're gonna attack, they're gonna raid the Demoness sect or something, and we're about to have freaking a mass battle. And you're going to be fighting like Sequence 7 plus Beyonders. And it's like, oh, that would just be crazy. What are they going to do? How many streams are you watching, dude? How many streams? Oh, okay. You're talking to Lugo. Top right should be fine, yeah. Will this video be on the channel? Yes. I mean, yeah, it's 22 minutes long. It would be a heck of a long video, but I could do it. If you're given the option, which potion will you, or potion you gonna choose? I think, honestly, the one that Klein chose, which is the Seer, I think that's probably a good way to go. Also, Leonard's is pretty cool too, but I just think the Seer, I think I would resonate more with the Seer. Although the Spectator one, actually, I mean, I have to learn, now granted, I have to learn more about the Spectator. But Spectator would be a close second, but I think the Seer. I beg Trissy cosplay at 100k subs. Nope. Not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do it, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Cut Content Episode 2 by Annie News. Let's get it.
Lord of Mysteries is both fascinating.
Yo, Anime Wiz in the chat. Anime Wiz in the chat just popped up. What's up, man? Hey man, how you doing? Or how are you liking Lord of the Mysteries? I am doing fantastically. I'm absolutely loving Lord of the Mysteries. Now, granted, I am an anime only. I am an anime only watcher, so, and I'm infatuated with the world of Lord of the Mysteries, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So, I mean, right now it's definitely at least an 8 or 9 out of 10 for me, but that's just my opinion, and I tend to rank things higher. So keep that in mind for anybody that's watching or anybody that's, I tend to rank things higher. I mean, if any of y'all, well, actually, I don't know if my anime list is on my channel, which I might add it. So anybody that's curious in that, I might drop my MAL on my channel. But I rank my average ranking is like in the 8 out of 10s. So Wiz, thoughts on OG beef with Avitaku? OG beef? OG beef? What? Your imaginations are wild. He's corrupted. Listen, there's a point where Luxie just gets, like, everything's fine up until, like, the hour 30 mark, and then everything starts to just crumble. Anyways, but yes, Wiz, I'm loving it so far. If there's any questions or confusions about Lord of Mysteries, let me know. I'm happy to set up a conversation. Dude, absolutely. In fact, I think I was trying to find some sort of contact info for you, like on like a Instagram. I mean, I use Instagram. Also, anybody who hasn't, go follow me on Instagram. I know I don't advertise it a lot, but I am on Instagram, and I have it on my channel. So yeah, but yeah, I'd love to, dude. I think that'd be a great, cool. I mean, I don't know if it would be a collab, but it could be a collab. We could talk all things Lord of the Mysteries, and do all that jazz. But anyways, how to set up a Discord server, importance of mods. Yeah. I mean, I am still small. Okay. I have not thought I have not thought that it'd be important as of now in this stage to require mods in my chat. I'm still averaging like not that many viewers. Easiest way to reach me is probably my Discord. Okay, I gotcha. I will I'll reach out on Discord then if for a collab or anything like that. Sharon cosplay, you say? Okay, come, Luxie, we're getting off topic.
And overwhelming.
Cut content.
Whether it be Beyonders, the Pats, the secret organizations, or the world it all takes place.
Hey, see you, Wiz. Thanks for dropping by, man. It's always very cool whenever you drop in for the stream. So thanks so much. Hey, keep up the good work as well. Appreciate it, man. Okay.
All of it is so meticulously crafted and richly layered that it pulls you deeper with every revelation. None of it is spoon-fed to you either, so you're kind of piecing it all together just like how Klein is. It's episode 2 that plunges us into that world of mystery, and we don't really get a chance to absorb all.
Also, can we just say how like great Andy News' videos are, like in terms of quality-wise? They just do a great job.
All the information they're giving. Combine this with the fact a lot of that information is condensed for brevity's
See you, Wiz.
I can see why so many people come out confused. I'm sure over time, repetition will make lots of these concepts more clear, but the parts of the web novel this episode should have covered has so much more to it. So, if you're curious to see what you missed and learn more about the world Lord of Mysteries has to offer, stick around since this will cover all of that.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited for this, y'all.
Last episode, we ended things right after Klein finished his first attempt in the Grey Fog, so let's pick things up immediately after. Setting aside the whole chapter dedicated to Alger and Audrey, there was a blatant you miss it moment giving context to what just happened with Klein. You see, these 4 dots were clearly a result of the ritual. They seemed to correspond with the 4 corners.
Luxie, if I had a mod This is the point. This is the point where I would ask said mod to delete said chat. To delete said message. Red Devil, this would be the second time I would ask my mod to delete said comment on chat. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are wild.
Set up allowing it to happen, so Klein figured it meant he no longer needed to gather food in order to do the ritual.
Guys, can we spam an L Luxy and an L Red Devil in the chat? They need to be shunned. This behavior cannot be permitted. This behavior cannot be permitted. This behavior must be shamed. We cannot listen. I don't have a mod, okay, but the least we can do right now is publicly shame.
As amazing as that was if true, what was terrifying was the idea that Chinese divinations from Earth could produce real and lasting effects here.
No.
It was yet another of the strange and unnatural things Klein would be exposed to. Enough that he was starting to see why the fear of the unknown was even a thing to begin with. Now, 3 hours had passed since he first entered the fog, so before he would contemplate what exactly just happened, Klein decided it was best to eat first. He would prepare a meal out of some bread and potatoes, knowing full well he can't just eat meat whenever he wants anymore. It was a clear downside to being in this new world of his. A full stomach would allow him to think things over clearly though, so it was after eating that he would come to the conclusion becoming a Beyonder was a priority. After Alger and Audrey had expressed such interest in it, to Klein this seemed like the best way to overcome the unknown at the moment. Of course, he had no idea how exactly to become a Beyonder, but if he waited long enough, eventually the formula for the Spectator Potion would become known to him. Alger was eventually going to tell Audrey it, so it was after that he could just create it himself. Klein's next priority was to figure out what happened to the original Klein, so that included why he killed himself and what happened in the events leading up to it. This also included trying to recover as many memory fragments as possible, so any clues helping in that were important too. Luckily for Klein, his original self liked to take notes. He had stacks of diaries detailing specific days and what he had learned during them. There were topics of history like the primordial times and the inevitability of the Age of Steam, then the more recent entries regarding the discovery of a notebook from the Fourth Epoch, a period of time from over 1,000 years ago.
Whoa.
So this was a very old notebook, and the research within was a goldmine for any history student. Reason being that the history of the Fourth Epoch was incredibly mysterious and inherently incomplete. Any tombs, cities, and records were always far and few between, and for any of the records that did exist, they were typically provided by one of the 7 major churches. So, who knows how accurate
the Evernight Goddess
is, but what's seemingly common knowledge are 3 nations that supposedly existed in the Fourth Epoch. There was the Solomon Empire, the Tudor Dynasty, and the Trunsuist Empire, all of which were powers from a time also referred to as the Age of the Gods. The epochs before were much more like legends, so for a history major like Klein, the fourth was definitely the most interesting. Klein's diaries then proceed to detail his progress through the notebook, a lot of which gives context to everything Klein read when he first awoke. There was the discovery of the text being a modified version of ancient Fasak, the author being a member of the Antigonus family,
Antigonus. Is it Antigonus?
A secret transaction with a person named Tudor, then the author's mission to visit the nation of the Evernight. It was a domain supposedly located on the highest peak of the Hornassus mountain range.
Oh, wow. Hornassus. I'm hoping I'm getting that right. I can't look at chat anymore, guys.
The next entry was, are these strange things real? Then finally the iconic line of, everyone will die, including me. So there was quite a bit of information Klein had sifted through already. It was before he could piece any of it together, though, that the inspectors would interrupt, seeking answers to the mysterious suicide of his colleagues Naya and Welch. They were the 2 interpreting the Antigonus notebook alongside Klein.
Antigonus.
When Leonard asked him about that final line in his latest diary, Klein decided the best thing was to just be frank. Naturally, there were certain things that could be said and those that couldn't, but as a veteran keyboard warrior, Klein was skilled at navigating situations like this. So, the whole interrogation would end without Klein being taken in, a different outcome from what we saw in the anime.
Yeah.
He did suspect he was being watched though, so in an attempt to make it seem like he was truly in danger, Klein decided to act panicked. The inspectors had showed little interest in his spectacle, allowing Klein to calm down a bit. He would rest easy knowing he wasn't in that much trouble yet. This would then lead to a whole chapter dedicated to his cooking, time he would use to reflect on the past as well as the new simple life he was thrust into. Melissa would then come home and be shocked by the meal he cooked, then the two would share a heartwarming moment as brother and sister.
Oh.
The night would then end mostly peaceful and uneventful, but it was once morning came that Inspector Dunn would come knocking again.
Yeah.
He had found proof confirming Klein went to Welch's place on the night he died, so now he was back to take Klein in for more questioning.
Yeah.
Klein had already revealed everything he knew, but still that wasn't enough to prove his innocence. This put his transmigration secret at risk, and since the only other person he knew was a transmigrator was assassinated, Klein wasn't too keen on them finding out about it. This led to his attempt at escape, which in the novel was pretty much like how we saw in the anime. The only difference is that there wasn't this whole Inception-like sequence suggesting the encounter was a dream to begin with.
Okay.
It was once Klein had awoken from it that he was surprised to see it was only 2 a.m. still.
Okay.
Dunn was still there waiting for him in the hallway, except now he was introducing himself as a Nighthawk. It was a name Klein recognized as one of the code names for the Church of the Evernight Goddesses Beyonder teams.
Yep.
A revelation that made Klein think Dunn had manipulated his dreams in a way that seemed like complete control over it. What it really was, though, was simply Dunn entering his dream then providing the guidance he thought was necessary. It was all part of figuring out whether Klein was telling the truth or not. By getting him to recall his memories in his dreams, his suppressed emotions and dark thoughts should have become a lot more amplified. That being the case, whatever stories Klein tells there would be much more believable. Now, that may be how it worked for most others, but for Klein, he found it wasn't like a dream at all. You see, he clearly remembered having rational thoughts, so anything Dunn saw was only what Klein wanted him to see.
Oh.
It was in the anime that the spirit medium would analyze Klein's thoughts immediately after this, but in the novel, Dunn would instead have to take Klein to where she is first. This would have them share a carriage ride to Welch's apartment, during which the two would discuss the possible outcomes here.
Okay.
Obviously, escape was impossible, but Dunn didn't fault him for trying.
Okay.
Reason being that if it was him being taken in, then he would have done the same.
Oh.
This is because regardless of whether he remembers committing the crime or not, if proven guilty, Klein's life would be over regardless.
Oh.
That being the case, it was a safer gamble to just try and escape than start a new life in the southern continent. If the medium proves Klein truly doesn't remember anything though, then next Dunn would have to make sure Klein isn't...
Okay, someone mentioned earlier about like one of my favorite scenes. I still think, okay, this might be controversial, but that whole scene of Dolly inspecting his mind was one of the best.
Cursed,
absolutely,
possessed by cacodemons or carrying any psychological problems. It was the ideal outcome should everything go properly.
Okay.
In practice, supernatural events like this
dream interrogation, exactly.
Though, since
that's
Dunn,
one of
his
the coldest
experiences
scenes.
Proved otherwise. Like, there was this one case where he had to deal with an evil cult, and it was here live sacrifices were made via suicide to please an evil god they worshipped.
Man.
One of the followers defected and reported it, resulting in an investigation that would reveal the god they worshipped was nothing but a randomly thought-up entity meant to make the leader rich. All members minus the whistleblower were then arrested, then after intense evaluations clearing him of the same things that Klein would be tested for, he would be released into the public to start over. He would get a job, happily marry, then have 2 children, but despite living a life as pleasant as could be, this whistleblower still ended up strangling himself to death sometime later.
Oh.
So, the moral of the story is that despite escape from the supernatural seeming likely, there's always the possibility it might just be temporary.
Okay.
Kind of like the way death is in Final Destination. What then was the best way to resolve this? Well, Klein believed it might be to become a Beyonder. Now, it was once they arrived at Welch's apartment that immediately Klein would feel like he was surrounded by something. It was only him and Dunn around, yet for some reason Klein felt like the area was crowded. As it turns out, this feeling of being watched stemmed from the numerous spirits that were apparently spying on him. Spirits which the medium Daly was just in contact with. Normally, Daly wouldn't take any measures to make her psychoanalysis comfortable.
I agree,
but
Haruto.
because Klein wasn't an enemy and more so just a witness, fragrances were given to him to mitigate pain and make him more susceptible to the process as a whole.
Yeah.
In the anime, the whole thing had happened really quick, but here this entrance into his mind happened slowly. Eventually, Klein would be plunged into a dreamlike state similar to the fog, except this time there wasn't a lingering sense of madness present.
Oh,
No.
man.
Instead, there was only a calm voice
Oh.
pushing Klein into a state that would hopefully reveal what really hid underneath. When nothing was unearthed, Daly simply let Klein go and Dunn was finished.
Also, is it Daily or is it Dolly? Because I always pronounce it Dolly. That made Daily, I feel like that would be spelled differently.
Didn't get that same level of hide and seek as what the anime showed, but I'm glad they added it since the whole sequence was a lot more tense and eventful.
Yeah,
It was
for
once
sure.
Klein had awakened that, despite Dunn saying he was free to go, Klein was still worried whatever evil spurred him into suicide was still after him. Dunn assured him that 80% of survivors in incidents like these typically didn't experience
Dolly,
any
yeah.
horrifying after effects, but for Klein, 4/5 still wasn't safe enough. That's when Dunn would suggest joining the church as a Beyonder, since should something happen, the Nighthawks or the power they provide would certainly be able to help him. The only thing it would cost would be his freedom. That and the risk of losing control as a Beyonder. This is because out of all the cases the judiciary teams like the Nighthawks take care of, 1/4 of them are usually Beyonder related. Most of those are Beyonders who lose control, and a large number of that are usually their very own teammates. Such was the danger that came when trying to become a Beyonder. Why is that the case? Well, that was something Klein would understand only if he joined them. Whether as a civilian staff member or a full-fledged Beyonder himself, joining the Nighthawks would reveal all their secrets and the dangers plaguing their Beyonders.
Yeah.
That being the case, the safest thing to do would be to join as a civilian, then decide whether to become a Beyonder after.
Yeah.
The main problem with that, though, is that one doesn't simply become a Beyonder just because they choose to do so. With the Nighthawks being a division under the Church of the Evernight Goddess, the church needed to first accept him.
Okay.
Luckily for Klein, not only was he a history graduate, which the church urgently needed,
Okay.
his recent incident indicated he was lucky. It was a
Ooh.
quality that often got people accepted into the church.
Really?
Why, might
really?
you ask, does the church need people well versed in history? Well, as an organization that often encountered documents and objects from the 4th epoch or earlier, having a history specialist to decipher them was essential. There was, however, a strict confidentiality clause preventing just anyone from becoming a member, mainly due to their lack of trust regarding outsiders. You see, Dunn believed humanity's stupidity was beyond imagination, and Klein could only agree with an iconic quote from Roselle. In the end, Klein still wasn't sure whether he would join the church, but Roselle.
The only lessons humans can learn from history is that humans do not gain any lessons from history. Wow.
In the end, Klein still wasn't sure whether he would join the church, but the idea of becoming a civilian staff member was very much enticing.
Oh, yeah.
The pay was similar to that of the lecturer position he was applying for, and it
Yeah.
would only go up in accordance with his experience and contributions. The only downsides were a minimum 5-year commitment, a lifetime confidentiality agreement, and the inability to leave the city without express permission to do so. There were also no weekends since shift work could be given at any time.
Oh.
Now, it was before Klein had come to the decision to become a Beyonder that he would first go back home to contemplate his options. He would spend a great deal of time comparing all the advantages and disadvantages. It was a thorough and comprehensive thought process that covered pretty much everything. What eventually went to sway his decision, though, was an interesting quote that went like this.
Okay.
The inferior recluse hides away in the wild, the superior the crowd. It's a quote that essentially means it's better for him to hide his identity as a Nighthawk rather than anything else.
Wow.
Doing so would also teach him concepts that would certainly help in the Grey Fog, so if he was to truly take advantage of those he brought into it, upping his general knowledge was definitely the best way to do so. Fast forward past a bit of lore regarding the world's transit system, and Klein would find himself on his way to become a Nighthawk. At the pub, he would witness the grotesque sight of 2 dogs rabidly hunting hundreds of rats.
Ooh,
a
yeah,
spectacle built
yep.
upon a betting sport to see which dog could catch the most. The bartender would then direct him to a different location known as Blackthorn Security Company, the place where we see him meet Roseanne. She's been part of the Nighthawks for about 5 years now, and her father
What?
was a member who'd sacrificed himself around that same time as well. She would lead him to a room known as the Chaunis Gate, as that was the area Dunn was currently on watch in. His contract would then be signed as quickly as we saw in the anime. Then the Blackthorn Security Company was revealed to actually be the 7th unit of the Awa County Police's Special Operations Department.
Okay.
Units 1 to 4 did basic security and police stuff, while Units 5 and up handled supernatural incidents in whatever city they were stationed in. For the Nighthawks specifically, they handled incidents related to followers of the Evernight Goddess, specifically those in their own city of Tingen. Unit 6 were the mandated punishers of the Lord of Storms, and they handled the area around the Pier region. Unit 5 was a group known as the Machinery Hive Mind, and they were responsible for the university area and suburbs. Now, the Nighthawks weren't that big at all, since the total number of them was only 12. There were 6 formal members who acted as Beyonders, then another 6 who worked as civilian staff, Klein included. This brings us now to quite a bit of lore, since Dunn's conversation here talked about everything from the myth of creation to the Beyonder potion system. If we focus on the myth of creation first, the story shared is surprisingly consistent across all major churches. None
Walter, I'll get to your question after this video.
devalued the tales of the other gods, so either the creation myth was real or the churches had a long history of interreligious conflict, ultimately resulting in a strategic shared myth that they could all agree upon.
Wow.
Either way, in every scenario, it all began with the creator. They had awoken from chaos, shattered the darkness that enveloped everything, then fused into the universe to make all that exists. Every part of their body had become something. The most important, however, was his spirit, since that became the other deities like the eternal blazing sun, the Lord of Storms, and the God of Knowledge and Wisdom.
Okay.
His wisdom had also given birth to humanity, and all that would be part of an era known as the First Epoch. It was a period of time otherwise known historically as the Chaos Epoch. The Second Epoch was a bit unclear, but it's written that this was the era when the Evernight Goddess awoke. Together, her and the other gods would work together to help humanity survive the cataclysm. It was a new era of strife defining the Third Epoch. This would be the same time that Mother Earth and the God of Combat would appear as well. Then finally the God of Craftsmanship would be born in the Fourth Epoch. So it's from this that the more ancient gods were the more traditional, making the Evernight Goddess not as orthodox as the original 3. She, however, was well known by many titles, most of which Klein's
the Evernight Goddess is nobler than the stars and more eternal than eternity. She is also the Lady of Crimson, the Mother of the Secrets, and Emperor of Disaster, or Empress of Disaster and Horror, Mistress of Calm and Silence. Okay, interesting.
Mother would recite every evening before dinner. Lady of Crimson symbolized the red moon, tying the Evernight Goddess to the eye of the creator from which it came. So, if the first 3 gods came from the creator's spirit, it's just as impressive that the Evernight Goddess came from its eye. All the other gods had similar explanations too, but for the most recent upstart of the God of Craftsmanship, their church was relatively weak until the creation of the steam engine. Now, with humanity being born from the creator's wisdom too, that meant everything stemmed from the same origin. They may not be blessed with magical powers right from the get-go, but over time, humanity figured out how to obtain that power via other means. This would be the power of the Beyonders. They found that by using the correct parts of evil spirits, dragons, monsters, magical trees, flowers, or crystals, combining them together would create a potion. Consuming this potion would then provide some sort of special ability, the power of which depended on how high grade the potion was. Consuming them didn't always mean success, though, as there were 3 possible outcomes of failure. First was mental death and the complete breakdown of the body, a terrible fate in which the person would become a monster. Second was a change in personality that made the person cold, cruel, and indifferent. And the third was a mental disorder turning the person crazy instantly.
Yikes, yeah.
That was what Dunn meant by losing control. Apparently, people in this category became more devilish than the devil. It was the Beyonders before who figured this out through rigorous experimentation, eventually perfecting the potion system with the help of the Blasphemy Slate.
Ooh.
What is the Blasphemy Slate? Well, that was the most critical factor in determining a potion's system formation and completion.
Oh.
So it was with that they were able to form a tiered system of chains into stable progression paths, a concept you might be more familiar with as sequences. Each sequence is numbered from 1 to 9, and the lower the number, the higher the grade of potion. Currently, each of the 7 major churches held control of at least one complete sequence, while others have remained incomplete for centuries to millennia.
Whoa.
For a bit more context on the Blasphemy Slate, all that's known about it is that it was created by some evil gods. No one knows how it was made, what it contains, or what's so special about it, but should anyone discover any information pertaining to it, it was of the utmost importance to report it immediately. Dunn's next point highlights the further dangers of losing control, something that's often attributed to a human's innate spiritual perception. You see, it's not uncommon for someone to be born with the partial characteristics of a Beyonder. This means they can hear things others can't hear or see things others can't see, placing them onto a sequence they might not even know about. Should they then consume a potion that differs from the sequence they're already on, the effects of doing so could range from mental disorder to loss of control to even death. A Beyonder can't stray from one path if they've already chosen another. To do so would result in warped powers and most certainly lead to a semi-deranged state of cruelty and insanity.
Oh, yeah.
This much is pretty...
Well, that makes sense because imagine you're using an acting method. You're trying to... you're a seer. You can't embrace and try to level up what you're already trying to do while also hopping over to like another branch. You can't do that because then you're neglecting what you're already doing. So, that makes sense.
Easy to avoid, but when it comes to losing control,
truly mysterious.
The most common trigger is speed. What I mean is that should one consume a higher grade potion without first absorbing and digesting the full effects of the previous, madness would accumulate and that person would lose control eventually.
Yeah.
There's no telling how long it takes for a potion to be fully digested, but as is standard with the Nighthawks, one potion can only be taken every 3 years. It was a strict waiting period that...
Really? Okay. Every 3 years.
Even then still resulted in numerous losses every year.
Wow.
Finally, the deeper one progressed.
Okay. Why is something telling me that Klein is not going to wait 3 years? He's got to... I think Klein might accelerate that process. He might take the risk. It might be like only a year or year and a half, 2 years maybe. I don't know. Something's just telling me that Klein is going to find a way to accelerate that process.
Their perception becomes, and this in turn exposes the Beyonder to illusions, spiritual enticements, and all sorts of hidden dangers.
Okay.
Unless that Beyonder has incredible willpower, they'll always be at risk of getting overwhelmed by madness. One small spark of desire or greediness will ultimately lead to their demise.
Yeah.
So, as the founder of the Nighthawks once said, Beyonders are guardians, but also a bunch of miserable wretches constantly fighting against dangers and madness. It's an amazing quote that sums up their existence nicely.
We are the guardians, but also a bunch of miserable wretches that are constantly fighting against... I thought it was against threats and madness. Or is it technically against dangers and madness?
And with that, I think that's a pretty good place to stop.
Wow.
So if you liked what you saw and want to see more, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm planning to do multiple videos a week to catch up now, so as long as enough people remain interested, expect more Lord of Mysteries. You can even help the video do better yourself by leaving a like.
Wow, man, oh man. Annie News, another W video. Wow. I honestly like this one better than the last one. Both were fantastic, but like this one did oh man, yeah, I like these are gonna be the videos that like I look forward to whenever they keep coming out. So thank you all for recommending this. This was amazing. This is one of my favorite quotes. It takes 3 years if you don't act. It's for those who don't know this knowledge. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so Klein will most definitely then accelerate the process. You know, he'll be able to go to sequence 8, hopefully soon. But I think he's also he's gotta do good in sequence 9 where he's at right now as well. Annie News has got some great Lord of the Mysteries content. That's awesome. Okay, what was it? Walter asked me a question. Other than Susie, which animal is your favorite? The black cat in episode 1, the rat-eating dog in episode 2, the praised cat in episode... Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Other than Susie? Honestly, probably the praised cat in episode 5. I thought that was freaking hilarious whenever they... I thought that was so funny whenever they... Like, it's like, Triss, and it's just the cat, and I'm like, that's a cat. That's not... that. What are we talking about here? So, yeah, honestly, that would be the praised cat, probably. Trying to think of any of the other animals. I think it's just the praised cat, honestly. I would say that. That was great video by Annie News. Annie News. I cannot wait. Like 60,000 views, and that came out July 12th. I cannot, like, this Annie News, like, coming out with these cut content videos are definitely going to be the peak of whenever these come out. Like, these are peak Lord of the Mysteries side content to watch. So thank you all so much for the suggestion. Cool. Awesome sauce. All right. So with that out of the way, what else do we got? Okay, we got Ellen Historian. So let's watch this now. So Bro's superpower is OnlyFans. What does Mad 3ub, or is it Mad Bub or something? So we're gonna address the elephant in the room, which is apparently wasn't such an elephant in the room for me, because apparently I didn't catch that elephant when I watched episode 5. I didn't catch the elephant in the room for some reason. I don't know why. There's also the rat who brings you to the sky view in the city. I mean, honestly, Walter, that's a good one too, but I still like the praise cat, the Triss cat, Lion King style. Because honestly, that whole scene was very interesting. Not sure if anyone mentioned it yet, but do you plan to have a stream on low latency anytime? I don't know how streaming really works, so pardon me. Yeah, I can. So I'm still figuring all that out. I can set it to low latency if that will help. So is the low latency? I think that might be the way to do it, because that way, there won't be as much lag, I guess, if that makes sense. All right, cool. Let's check it out. Bro's superpower is OnlyFans. That's wild. Let's see what he has to say.
Was interesting to say the
Wait.
least. Lord of the Mysteries episode 5 was interesting to say the least.
Interesting,
Poor
yeah.
Triss, by the way. The guy probably did all of this hard work to gain power in women, and well, he literally got both of those.
He got both of those things. Yeah. Again, disgusting.
Thanks. But I have to
Okay, so not discussing the fact, it's just like, when he was talking about that, he said, like, was that the whole thing? He got those women, okay, from the husbands that died? Are you kidding me? Is that what happened? Are you actually kidding me? Watch Annie News cut content. Zorro, you won't believe it, man. I just finished watching that video. But if you want to watch that, I'm gonna upload it as a separate clip on my channel. I'm gonna upload it as a separate video. So if you wanna, so stay tuned for that. Everything I'm reacting on stream, I'm gonna try my best to get the content out as a separate video, condense it for y'all, so you don't have to watch an entire stream. Because I know it's a lot better and easier to consume that way if I have have them as separate videos. Because nobody wants to watch like a 2.5 hour stream. Yeah, I know it's hard. Some people will, and those of you who do and love it, thank you so much. But it's easier that way if I just upload them as separate videos. Anyways, yeah, Triss is something else.
And women, and well, he literally got both of those things. But I have to say, even as a guy, bro was jacked as shit.
Bro
Like,
was jacked
no
as
offense, I
crap.
would definitely smash him even as a guy. Like, look at those abs. Like, what? And as a girl, after getting the abilities of a Sequence 7 witch, well, it's only expected for her to be hot as shit too. I can't stop laughing at Klein's line, by the way. The motto of the demoness sect is, to get this ability, you must castrate yourself.
The motto of the demon sect is, to get this ability, you must castrate yourself.
But I also can't help but sympathize with the guy, like, I mean a girl now. But even so, the witch's sequence is basically designed to seek attention from people.
Yo, that's some killer art.
Especially men in that sort of way. And as an ex-straight guy, I don't know, I don't think she will enjoy that aspect very much. Also, there's like an interesting dilemma in a meme.
Wait, what? Luxie, no. If a man becomes a Sequence 7 witch, they immediately become gay. That's false. If they sleep with a man... What are we talking about here? What is this? What? Don't.
Saw earlier, as a straight guy who was forced into becoming a woman, if Trissy sleeps with a man as an ex-man, that is gay. And if she sleeps with a woman as a current woman, that is also gay.
And that's how the video ends. And that's how the freaking video ends. Are you... What the... Okay. Well, entertaining nonetheless. Entertaining nonetheless. Yo, look at that guy's stream. Look at this guy. Anyways, that's... Oh my gosh. Well, W video. Mad3ub is always hilarious, as usual. Chat is becoming corrupted again, as per usual. Exactly. Well, okay, listen, Luvion. By chat, you mean Luxie, okay? And some poor soul that might entertain it. But Luxie, when we talk about chat, we're talking about Luxie. Streamception, exactly. Anyways, yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I love seeing videos from Mad3ub because they're always hilarious. They're nice, short videos. So, it is what it is, I guess. We can't change the fact that the facts are the facts in this series. So, but listen, it's fiction. So we don't have to entertain it. All right, let's go on to this, guys. This will probably be the last video. Chat is it's literally a trap pathway. Yes, exactly, eye patch. All right, so last video we got for the stream. All right, we have Lord of the Mysteries is getting weirder than I expected. Has anybody seen this video? I don't think it's going to be spoilers. I will be sad if it is spoilers, but I don't think so, because Lord of the Mysteries is getting weirder than I expected. That doesn't sound like this is going to have spoilers. It's going to be, anime only content. All right, there we go. Watch your stream on stream. No. Infinite content glitch. That would actually probably hurt my ears. Just that would mess with me. All right. I can go quickly check, but nah, Luvion, I think it'll be all right. If we start getting, we'll see. Let's watch this video. Well, the Mysteries is getting weirder than I expected. So, he's Dongwa only, I think. Yeah, yep. That's what I was
in
saying.
the Neon Genesis Evangelion is going on in Lord of the Mysteries? I thought I was ready for cosmic horror and a bit of steampunk magic, but by episode 4, I've seen a cursed puppet, a man mutated by a forbidden book, an underground cult worshipping something called the True Creator, and a talking dog, and somehow all of it is starting to make sense. This series keeps escalating.
Yeah.
Every episode takes bigger swings, introducing...
Listen, I knew it was going to start taking a turn when I saw Susie speak for the first time. That's gets spoiler. What? Okay. Anyways, yeah.
Stranger
Susie's talking for the first time was wild.
To just keep moving on. Lord of the Mysteries doesn't slow down to explain itself. It drops a ritual.
It
or
doesn't.
A phrase. And
Absolutely
suddenly
not.
The entire story shifts. The only way to follow it is to stop looking for firm ground and to just let it pull you in. Klein is still fumbling his way through powers he barely understands. The world is expanding fast.
Yeah.
And the more I learn about Beyonders, sequences, and secret cults, the more I realize how little I know. But
Yeah.
that's the fun of it.
That's me, dude. That's me. That's literally me. Because I'm telling you right now, I've watched the trailers, like every trailer. I have you guys, y'all have told me tons of stuff and cleared up information, but still, I get something stupid wrong, like something that should be stupidly obvious wrong, like Triss is Trissy, you know. It's just
This isn't a traditional isekai. It's a slow.
It's the game. That's how the game goes, I guess.
Descent into
with
something
this.
deeper, stranger, and more layered than I ever expected. So in this video, we're diving into the horror, the rituals, the absurdity, and the brilliance of episodes 3 and 4. Stick around to the end for some unhinged anime-only theories, wild guesses about what's coming next, and my thoughts on the Lord of the Mysteries fandom as someone who came in completely blind. Episode 3 is where the tone shifts.
Hey, we're in the same boat. This is really awesome. This is awesome. Yeah, watching a video from a guy that's like in the same boat as me, this is awesome because this is not, you know, a novel reader making a video. This is like an anime only.
From vaguely spooky
So it's like me.
to actively unsettling. The moment sealed artifact 2-049 is introduced, a cute little doll that turns out to be the Antigonus family puppet, you realize Lord of the Mysteries is diving straight into
I will
the horror
never get
head first
tired of
with
this,
no
by the
warning.
way.
The Nighthawks bring this puppet along to help track down Ray Bieber, a descendant of the Antigonus family, and at first it seems harmless, almost adorable.
Also, we were talking about like funny or like scenes that I enjoyed in the anime. And this scene of Klein running around from this, from the puppet was absolutely peak. I thought it was so hilarious. The comedy was so well done. Just everybody doing this, and he's just like running away from it.
But the second it starts twitching and reacting to the presence of its former masters, the tension skyrockets.
Okay, yeah.
This thing isn't a tool, it's a loaded weapon, a cursed object barely under control, capable of tearing everything apart the moment the wrong trigger is pulled. It's a brilliant use of horror design, something that looks harmless at first glance, but hides a violent, unpredictable nature. And it sets the tone for the rest of the episode. From that point, everything feels unsafe. Then we meet Ray Bieber in his monstrous form. The moment he appears, his body twisted and bloated by the power of the Antigonus notebook, you realize just how fragile this world really is. The transformation is grotesque, his presence overwhelming, and the fight that follows is the most action-heavy moment we've had so far. It's also the most dangerous. What makes this sequence so effective isn't just the anime.
I mean, talk about dangerous. Literally, Dunn got stabbed, and like through the chest, or was it through the shoulder? One of the two. And then Dolly got blown up, almost died.
Or the body horror, it's the stakes. For the first time, it feels like the Nighthawks could actually die. Klein's clearly in over his head. Being a Beyonder doesn't guarantee strength, it means constantly balancing on the edge between control and collapse. Leonard's role in the fight is subtle but revealing. While others freeze or struggle to stay conscious, he moves fluidly through the domain, completely aware of what's happening. It's a quiet but undeniable signal that Leonard is holding back, that he's far more powerful than he lets on. This episode doesn't waste time reminding you that
I totally agree with that.
Sequences aren't just magic tricks, they're invitations. They open doors that can't be closed, and the entities on the other side don't care about human rules or
freaking
limits.
Azek.
By the time the episode ends, the lore reveals itself as something deeply unsettling. It's a warning, Every discovery comes with consequence, every advancement has a cost. And the further Klein steps into this world, the more it feels like something's waiting for him to misstep.
Oh, yeah.
Hey there, looks like you've been caught in Dio Stand the World. While time's frozen, don't forget to leave a like.
Dude,
drop
I
a
will.
comment,
I will. Thank you for reminding me. See, this is the importance of why us content creators, why we say these things. We say subscribe, we say like the video, because sometimes sometimes you forget.
And subscribe so you never miss any future content.
Yes,
All right, time's
absolutely.
up. Back to the video. Just when I thought I had a handle on Lord of the Mysteries, episode 4 shifts gears again. We go
iPatch, I will answer your question after this video, but it's a very good question. I will tell you all of what I think.
from cursed artifacts and body horror to Klein hanging out with his sister and cracking jokes with a sweet old man. And yet, somehow that tonal whiplash works, because in this world, the boundary between the ordinary and the supernatural is almost non-existent. We get one of the episode's funniest and most revealing moments early on when Neil casually performs a ritual to deal with a 30-pound bill. It's absurd, theatrical, and played completely straight, but it also reinforces just how normalized ritual-based power has become in this world. These aren't rare sacred events, they're tools, practical, even mundane, and yet still laced with a sense of unease. After that, we shift into a quieter sequence that gives us more of Klein's everyday life. His bond with Melissa comes through clearly, grounding the episode in something human. It's a rare stretch of calm, a glimpse of the normalcy that still exists beyond the Nighthawks. There's also a fantastic moment where Klein unknowingly realizes the ritual magic he did in episode 1 was legitimate magic. Neil's offhand explanation of how rituals work lines up with what Klein did step by step. The implication is clear.
Exactly.
Klein is way deeper into this world than he thought, and no one around him realizes just how far he's already gone. But then the Tarot Club scene happens, and that's when things get really strange. Klein, Justice, and the Hanged Man meet again in the cosmic realm, and this time it's more than just eerie visuals. We actually start to get information. Justice is revealed as Audrey Hall, following the spectator pathway, while Alger, the Hanged Man, represents the sailor pathway. Klein observes something strange in both of them: symbols, constellations, glowing indications of their sequences.
Yeah, he can straight up
keeps
see.
this detail to himself. What he does share, though, is just as surprising when Alger starts explaining what Audrey needs to focus on as a spectator, saying that mastering the power of potions is the most important part. Klein interrupts. Gently but firmly, he corrects him, offering insight that seems far too advanced for a level 9 seer. He tells them that mastering the potion isn't the key, it's digesting, not in finding, but in acting. What this means is completely unknown to me, but it has significance to Alger clearly based on his reactions. When Audrey later asks Klein about reforming the royal family, he responds with an answer that sounds less like divine wisdom and more like political theory. It's oddly specific, practical, and ends up sounding exactly like an entrance exam. And lastly, Klein gives homework to his fellow Tarot Club members to try ritual magic and gives them a threefold honorific, again going based on.
And that scene was insane. I'm telling you, the energy level, like literally the hype. You see, like when I will never forget seeing Alger shaking his boots. Like you could see his hands shaking. I'm like, dude, Klein literally did something to Alger right there. And I'm predicting that will come back. Something like something's gonna happen with Alger. I'll just say that.
Alger's response is, Klein shouldn't know how to do any of this, and he's beginning to believe he's a ancient, overpowered being. The strangest part is how natural it feels. Klein doesn't posture or try to impress them, he just speaks and it lands. From the very beginning, he's been the one
Ultimate aura
shaping
farming,
the space,
absolutely.
summoning its members, assigning roles, guiding the conversation. He may not understand how or why it works, but the Tarot Club revolves around him. I'm only 4 episodes in, and my brain already feels like
all right, here it is. Theories, guesses, and things I'm probably wrong about.
It's being gently unraveled by arcane energy. I haven't looked anything up, no wikis, no web novel spoilers. These are just raw anime-only brainwaves from someone trying to make sense of a world that keeps rewriting its own rules.
Honestly, I feel like the less you spoil yourself, the more of an enjoyable experience you have, that you will have if you're willing to pay attention and you're willing to actually like take your time with it. So, you know, that's the way I'm trying to go about it.
Here are my theories, half logic, half gut feeling, and entirely subject to future regret. Let's start with Klein's growing access to knowledge he shouldn't have. It's becoming more and more obvious that something about Klein doesn't fit into the normal rules of this world. He's somehow mastering pieces of it without even realizing. Whether it's rituals, social dynamics, or complex pathway mechanics, he keeps saying the right thing before anyone explains it to him. And the way others react, especially people like Alger, proves it.
And that's got to be due to his experience in, as Zhou, right? Because he's taking all these things, and also the fact that he can read Roselle's diary and all that jazz. It's like he's able to say the right things because he's just using his real life experience that he has.
The full title might be the key. It feels symbolic, almost archetypal. I don't think Klein just made up a cool name during that first ritual. I think he unintentionally tapped into a larger system, one that recognizes titles, not just sequences. And now the world is responding to him in a way that it wouldn't for an ordinary Beyonder. Maybe the Fool isn't just a title, it's a function, a cosmic role that comes with responsibilities, perceptions, even authority. Even if Klein has no idea he's carrying that weight. Then there's the sequence insight. When Klein looks at Audrey and Alger, he doesn't sense power, he sees it. Constellations, glowing symbols, representations of what they lack. He doesn't
the Gray Fog helps him with that, right?
We as the viewer can tell. He understands something about them that they don't. He has advanced system level awareness, which begs the question,
always glazing
how?
Klein.
He's a sequence 9 seer. He shouldn't be able to access this, but what if the seer pathway is misunderstood entirely? People treat seers.
Well, I think his seer pathway is literally enhanced while he's in the Gray Fog. Like all of his abilities, the Gray Fog gives him basically just like a boost.
Like background players, support class.
Need more Alger screen time. Absolutely.
Characters, watchers, observers, diviners. But if Klein is any indication, the seer might be one of the most disruptive pathways in the entire system. Not because it controls power, but because it perceives it. And perception in this world might be the most dangerous force of all. Klein's words are already shaping others. He reframed Audrey's understanding of her role. He challenged Alger without even realizing it, and neither of them pushed back. What really fascinates me is the way the Tarot Club is functioning. Even without direct confrontation, the dynamics in this space are shifting. Audrey and Alger are starting to rely on Klein's insight, and Klein is becoming more confident, even if he doesn't fully understand the mechanics of what he's doing. What scares me a little, because what happens when someone does realize what he's capable of? What if a more powerful entity enters that domain? This world doesn't seem particularly forgiving when it comes to people who overstep. We've already seen what happens when Beyonders lose control or go too far down the wrong path. The transformation of Ray Bieber was a clear message. Knowledge without preparation leads to destruction. Which brings me to my biggest worry. Maybe this story isn't about Klein becoming stronger. Maybe it's about him becoming a threat. Unintentionally, slowly, through knowledge he never asked for and roles he never meant to fill, but still a threat. Someone who disrupts.
See, this is kind of what I was on about as well, because I don't think necessarily he'll become a threat, as in like he'll become evil, he'll become whatever. Don't necessarily think that. However, I think that there's something to be said that Klein is going to be willing to go down paths that might be way higher risk than others are comfortable taking. Like other people might not go down that path, but Klein will, because he's like in desperate search of getting more knowledge, obviously getting back home, stuff like that.
The balance of the world by simply existing in it. And then there's Dunn. Oh boy, Dunn, you know it all, don't you? I mentioned in my first video.
You know it all, don't you? Oops. Whoops. My bad.
Dunn is holding something back, and we definitely got some visual confirmation he knows something. That final moment where he seems dazed, almost haunted while speaking to Klein. Dunn's seen things. When Klein.
Yes, and I cannot wait until we find out what that interaction, what he saw. Like, he said that interacting with the true creator did something to him. So, like, it obviously made him sick.
Mentions the creator, we get this insane scene.
I cannot wait for episode 6.
Similar to that of the domain Klein was put into by Dali. We see this massive Evangelion-like angel who
Yeah,
I presume is the creator.
what the
He's
heck?
calm, composed, and always in control until that moment. My theory, he recognizes something in Klein, maybe not exactly what, but enough to make him pause. Maybe he's seen this pattern before. Maybe he knows where it leads. Or maybe Dunn's afraid of what might be watching. Whatever the answer is, one thing's becoming clear.
I mean, I think Dunn's got a pretty level head on his shoulders, but I think even seeing that, like seeing the true creator or whatever, would probably make him, like, probably would shake him a little bit.
Lord of the Mysteries is laying out rules that don't want to be understood. And Klein, for better
Yeah,
or
that
worse,
seems
is the
absolutely
exception, walking straight through them. Lord of the Mysteries is only 4 episodes in, and I already feel like I've joined a cult I don't fully understand, but I'm not leaving anytime soon. What's kept me watching isn't just the horror or the animation, or even the absurdity of summoning people to a cosmic tea party every few days. It's the way the show balances all of that with something deeper, a creeping sense that none of this is random, that every word, every ritual.
It literally has such good balance with every aspect of this show. We're talking comedy, we're talking about visuals, animation, character development. The pacing was a little off in the first few episodes, but it's getting better, and it's a very, very heavy balancing act that they're having to do, but they're doing a great job with it.
Every shift in tone is part of something larger and far more dangerous than we've seen so far. I still don't understand half of what's happening, but the show doesn't demand total comprehension. It asks for attention, curiosity, and a little faith. And as a anime-only viewer, that's more than enough to keep me hooked. One thing I didn't expect going into this series was just how massive the Lord of the Mysteries community really is. The sheer volume of comments, theories, and fan engagement has been wild to witness.
Absolutely.
And honestly, it's kind of amazing seeing so many people enjoying the same story from so many angles.
It makes me so happy.
The TikTok side of the fandom is a different beast. Every short I post gets hit with people trying to spoil major plot points. It's like the comments are basically booby-trapped. I also keep seeing the phrase, "that would be a reasonable development," over and over. I'm guessing it's someone's...
I will never forget y'all saying that over and over and over and over again. Like, whenever I was watching through the trailers, that's a reasonable development. Reasonable development indeed. I don't know when that's going to become a thing. I don't know when that's going to become a thing, but when it becomes a thing, I'm going to point to the camera. I'm going to be like, you guys.
Catchphrase, but I've got no context for it yet. Still, even with the spoiler attempts, it just shows how passionate the fan base is, and that passion, it makes the whole experience even more fun. I don't know where any of this is going, but if this is what the beginning looks like, I genuinely can't wait to see what happens when things really start unraveling. Catch you in the next one.
I mean, like, when it comes to season 2, like, it's gonna just, like, season 3, like, if it's just good now, imagine how good it can get. Like, I just hope they take their time with it. I hope they don't rush anything. I hope they, just do what they've been doing and just keep the pace, keep it going, keep the hard work up. Don't think too much about it for now. Maybe okay, so someone asked a question. I think it was iPatch, wasn't it? What do you think about Azig? Okay, before I answer the question, W Video can works exe. Great video, in fact, actually, like, really great video. It is amazing finding someone that's, like, in the same boat, especially when it comes to this, because I feel like I've been very, like, not so knowledgeable, and I've been missing things and all that, but it's nice having someone that I can relate to about theories and about all that. Literally agree on like 95% of what you said. So great work, great stuff. W can works. Okay, cool. So onto your question, iPatch. What do you think about Azig? So what about Azig? Like, just what do I think his abilities are? We were literally just introduced to Lord of the Mystery World. Season 2 will be more Sherlock Holmes vibes. Okay. Yeah, season 2 is going to be insane. Anyways, Azig. So Azig comes off as more of a, I don't know if necromancer would be a right word. Maybe it is. Here, I'll make big screen since that was the last video. But yeah, I think, oh man, having the headphones on for so long. What if Azik is a like necromancer type? Because he was able to spawn that giant skeleton, similarly how, for instance, Sung Jinwoo, Jinwoo from Solo Leveling, it was able to spawn, like his shadows and whatever. So Azik might be more of a brute force. He's got his sword, right, which we haven't seen in the anime, we have seen in the trailers. He obviously goes ham against all those skeletons and all those warriors. And I cannot wait. If that's where episode 6 is going, I cannot wait. It might be my favorite episode yet. Okay. So, what's the deal with him? What's his intention? What's his planning? What's his intention? What's up, Omega? Hi, I am late. Hey, don't worry about it. We still got some time. We're just kind of discussing. Chat is asking me about what I think about Azik, and I'm kind of explaining my theories here. And then Walter asked, okay, so what's the deal with him? What is he planning? What's his intention? I think he's trying to. I think he's obviously going to try to get to the bottom of what Klein was talking about. And I think Azik is just curious. If I'm gonna say what I think Azik is just curious. But I think I don't think he's evil. I don't. That's my personal thing. I don't think he's evil. If he is, that would be a huge bummer because I think he seems like a cool guy, and he seems like very stoic, and I feel like he would be a great force of good for Klein, a great mentor, teacher. Like I said earlier in the stream, maybe he could join the tarot club. So there's that going. And then Walter, on a scale from 1 to 10, how evil do you think Azik is? 1 is good, 10 is evil. I would say maybe a 3. Like I don't think he might be willing to go down some paths that are a little bit weird, but I think for the most part he's just curious and he's more on the side of good than he's on the side of evil. So a lot of Azik's mysteries will be answered next episode, I believe. I hope so, Luxley. And if that's the case, I think episode 6, I'm predicting it might be my favorite episode yet. So, literally, I'm so excited. Hello, Omega. My corruption is lower moments ago. Truly unfortunate indeed. No. Truly fortunate, Luxy. Truly fortunate. So, yeah, it sounds like next episode is going to be more getting to learn about Azik, which I'm thoroughly excited for. And because I think Azik has the potential to be one of my favorite characters. Azik, I already liked Leonard and Dunn, and I think Azik was going to be another one of those characters that I really enjoy. So we'll see. I just think, from what I've seen, Azik's fighting style and just like the way that he was taking down that army and stuff, he's gonna pull some crap that's gonna be insane. He's gonna pull some crap that's gonna be like, whoa, and I'm gonna be jumping up and down again like I've been doing in my last episodes because the hype's gonna be there. The hype's gonna be real, and yeah. In terms of what else, like this isn't a question, but this is just me stating something. Things I want to see, I guess, be resolved. Maybe not resolved, but like be explained more, or like more screen time. Like for season 1, just some things. I need leakers to leak the next episodes. Yeah. But I obviously want to see more of what's gonna go on with Trissy now. are they gonna try to pursue her? Are they gonna say, you know what, she's gone, like she'll come back eventually, maybe in season 2 or something. Another thing, okay, this is the big one for me, the true creator, like what Dunn saw with the true creator. I want to see that. I want to see what happens, or I want him to talk about it more. I want to see what goes on with that, with the Aurora Order. I would love that to be resolved in season 1. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I want to see, like, that's the thing I'm most excited for. I think is seeing how the Aurora Order and what's gonna be going on with that. Like, are the Nighthawks gonna go in on them? What's gonna happen? The problem now is just there's no info about all the dubs though. Exactly, yeah, and I can't wait for the dubs as well. It's gonna be a big thing. So another thing, I'm trying to think. Old Neil, I wonder if he's gonna get caught up in something, because he's been kind of taking a back seat to everything. He's been helping Klein and training and all that, but I wonder if he's actually gonna be any use if something were to go down, like at the Nighthawks HQ, you know, because like, what if some, like, and who's gonna infiltrate, like, or if somebody were to infiltrate the Nighthawks HQ in Tengen. Well, is it in Tengen or in the Lowen Kingdom? You know, basically, someone gonna bum rush the place. Like that's and what's gonna happen is, like, what's the extent of Old Neil's combat abilities? Is he able to do anything, or is he mostly like his mystery prior abilities, are they not really combat based? Crunchyroll has Lord of the Mysteries as an anime getting a dub in the summer. Oh yeah, I know. So like, yeah, that when are they gonna get the English dub? Because I will be watching that. I honestly, would y'all want to see a separate reaction for the dub? Or you know, it doesn't have to be a full reaction. I could just skip around to see, but it would also be helpful for me to watch the episodes again, just because I might be able to catch things that I didn't catch previously. So that would be really fun. And if I do that, I might do it after I finish season 1, and then I'll go back and I'll do a season 1 rewatch, but I'll rewatch it in the English dub. Would y'all be down to watch that? Would y'all actually watch that? Because I could totally do that, and that's something I might actually be considering doing. Good questions to ask. Nice to see the curiosity for sure. I just hope the whispers and rambling about Hornacus Flagra can be kept and not getting dubbed as well. The ramblings sound perfect. Yes. And that's going to be a difficult thing. Do whatever you want while we have fun. I'd be down for dub reactions of your favorite episode. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be cool. I'm wondering if like Crunchyroll is doing any like castings right now for the English dub, because from what I know, it takes roughly about a week to maybe 2 weeks to dub an episode. So maybe they're just trying to do I don't understand. They might just be behind schedule, but who knows? They might drop it. It would be very unlikely. It would be very unorthodox, but they could just be saving up and just drop all the episode dubs at once, which I don't know if they would do that, but if that's the case, then you know, it's at least we get the dubs, right? I want Triss's role if they haven't done it yet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else I want to say about it. You know, in terms, because I did want to have a little section of this stream be about kind of recapping the episodes that we've gotten so far and what I thought about them. But I think I've already done that, to be honest. I've already kind of talked about all that, so I don't think there's really any need to do that anymore because we've already talked about everything. I'm thinking of making Hermes fan dub after the season, maybe. That would be cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we have for the stream. There's not really anything else left to do. I want to, for those of you who are like new, didn't see what I showed earlier. Again, I want to say a huge thank you to Luvion, who's in the chat right now, for making this freaking epic fan art of me. I never thought I would reach the point where someone would make fan art off of something that was a joke in the last stream, but was still cool nonetheless. So W Luvion in the chat, because like this is just so sick, and I feel so honored to that you took the time to make this. The lighting, everything, like I'm just chilling, cutting up bread. And I like the little Easter eggs that you have in there. My name and Ancient Hermes. And then the spectator pathway, which was my favorite one. So the lore is here, and that's another thing I love about it. Like there's lore from the channel that is represented in this art, so it's so sick. So thank you so much again, Luvion. I literally can't thank you enough. This is so wholesome, and I love it. Glad to contribute to the community. Yes. So yeah, I mean, if any of y'all are artists out there, and you end up drawing something related to me or the channel, don't be afraid to send it over, because I will debut it on stream, and yeah, it'll be a fun time. But yes, and Luvion, you're like genuinely a good artist, so keep up the work. Like genuinely very, very good art. So keep doing what you're doing. Like it's great. Bro, Luvion, now you need to make one where he is in white robe. Oh no. Okay, so eye patch. Please delete spoilers. Oh, I didn't see that. I don't even know what that means. Uh-oh. Anyways, yeah, guys, that's all. I think that's all I got for the stream today. Thank you so much for everybody that's made it to the end of the stream, that's watched the entire thing. Y'all are literally amazing. Y'all are awesome. Like I say every time on posts and stuff, y'all are awesome. Yeah. Any closing thoughts before we give up the stream? Not give up. We're not giving up, but before we end the stream. Yeah. In terms of what's coming up for the channel, I have been slacking. I will say this: I've been slacking, and I so apologize. Been slacking on uploads. Gachiakta episode 3 came out today, but I still haven't uploaded my episode 2 reaction. So I'm gonna get that finished, upload it, then immediately get on the episode 3 reaction. On top of all that, I will be cutting down all of the clips that we reacted to, and I'll be uploading those as highlights, kind of just separate videos on the channel. So even if you stayed for the stream, please, show love to those videos as well, because a lot of people, most of my viewers probably did not make it to the stream, unfortunately. So we'll have to, that's why I want to upload, videos as well, so that they can check them out as well if they weren't able to make the stream. So yeah, I think Patreon would be a good idea. I would pay for it. Really, that means a lot. Yeah, I think Patreon is definitely in the future, but I need to grow a little bit more as a channel before I, ask money from y'all. So ask for money, because it's like I don't want to gatekeep like content, but at the same time, I know as a business, like, or as YouTube channel, that's what you have to, you want to be able to make a living and stuff like that, which would be the ultimate dream for me. Yeah, exactly. $2 or $3. Yeah, I'm not going to charge an outrageous amount for a Patreon. It's going to be probably maybe like a $2 tier, a $3 tier, and maybe like a $5 tier or something like that. And then maybe just maybe like a $10 tier or something like that. But the thing is, I'm buying my time by just saying, okay, it's going to come at like 2. It's going to come later whenever I get more subscribers, whenever I get a better a bigger community built up. Because I'm having to plan on what the Patreon benefits are going to look like and all that. Definitely Discord for sure. Yes. Did the stream end? No. My internet froze a bit. No. Stream's all good. Stream's all good, Walter. I think it's better to establish Patreon and Discord early. Yeah, that's true. That's very true as well. So, if that's what y'all think, and cuz like I'm genuinely saying this, like y'all are my community and my goal, and I know that Kaka has said this, and I take great inspiration from him, because he spits fire, dude. Like literally he spits facts. So whatever y'all are willing to watch, I will provide, so it's like if y'all think Discord's a good idea, which seems like overall majority is, then yeah, I'll work on getting a Discord set up. But I'm gonna wait just a bit before that happens. If we start getting more people tuning into the streams and stuff, then we'll also get a moderator as well. That definitely seems like it needs to happen. But here at some point, so nice numbers, exactly. Yeah, thanks, Luvion. Yeah, I did see that as well. I didn't really call it out or anything, but we did have like 27, 28 people at one point. I think it might have been whenever Wiz joined the stream. But yeah. So yeah, that's the plans for now, y'all. I also would love to stream more, so I might try, at least for now. I'm going to be streaming at least once a week, so most likely will be on Sundays. Also, for anybody in the chat right now, what time works best for y'all? Sunday. So Sunday is today is Sunday the 20th for me. I live in the CDT, which is Central Daylight Time, in America. So I live in Texas. So that's the time that I base off of. But what time of the day would work best for y'all? And if you have to like calculate it in like a time zone calculator, Sundays, yeah. It's Sundays for me. So if y'all are in like Europe or something, it might be like Monday for y'all, but it'll be Sunday night for me. I'm fine for anything. EST, so an hour later than you. Yeah. Yeah, EST. I'm assuming most of y'all are in the North American region. So, yeah. But I will work around whatever schedule is the best for the majority of people. So for now, Sundays are looking. Now that I've done this enough, this is my 5th stream. I can start to plan now. Every Sunday I'll try to stream. So we'll make it official on this stream right now. Every Sunday, unless told otherwise, I'll stream. Just same as same as today. Right around now should be okay. This time is fine. Monday 9 a.m. for me. Monday 9 a.m. for you. So it's Monday 9 a.m. for you. Is that what you're saying? That's the time. This time is fine. Okay, gotcha. Cool. There's going to be a sampling bias for this stream. Exactly. Yeah. So at least for now. But once I start getting into the groove of things a little bit more, maybe after I get a moderator or something like that, we can start streaming more often. But there's also got to be content, right? So that's another thing. Like, I don't want the streams to be boring. So if y'all at any points have any like videos that you want me to react to, preferably Lord of the Mysteries related, but I'm an anime fan, and so I will absolutely react to anime stuff. The only tricky thing is with the anime stuff is that I have to watch out for like if I'm reacting to like anime trailers and stuff, I gotta watch out for copyright. So that's a little unfortunate thing. But I'm also gonna work on trying to get, because I work off of OBS. I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to figure out how to like have a little overlay, a little filter, so that I can watch anime trailers and stuff and not worry about copyright, all that jazz. Discord has a reaction request channel. Yeah, Walter, that's a good idea. So it sounds like Discord is the way to go for now. So maybe I should just start a Discord. Maybe I should just get it done. Start small, and then I can start advertising the Discord on my videos. So that might be a good idea, actually, because then people can they can just start requesting stuff. But yeah, we'll just give me some time to marinate the idea. I might add Discord to the Patreon thing. But I think if you add a free tier to your Patreon, then you can have Discord access or something like that. So I'll look into it. I'll do more research. But yes, Discord and Patreon. Discord first and foremost, and then Patreon whenever I get a little bit bigger. But yeah, guys. Anything else? Of my school's Discord server 2 years ago. Okay, interesting. Yeah, we'll have to do some delegating, maybe we'll leave it up to democracy. We'll be like, we'll democratically elect our moderators and Discord people and all that jazz. But Luxie, I'm afraid if we elect democratically, you might not get chosen. But we'll see. Oh no. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for the stream. As always, I will always keep y'all posted on my YouTube community tab. So if you're ever wondering about stuff, most likely check the community tab, and I will continue to try to keep that updated, so that But as for now, in the immediate future, democratically, yeah. You saw how democracy worked earlier with Luxie and Red Devil, though. Oh gosh, so they outnumbered us. Discord has a poll feature too. Okay, awesome. That's also good. Cool. Yeah, so the immediate future is just gonna be the upcoming videos are gonna be Gachi Octa. Also, question, okay, everybody here, attention, everybody here. I recorded episode 1 and episode 2 reactions for the summer Hikaru died. I will refrain from saying my opinions on the show, but I'm wondering if, because I'm be honest, sometimes having too much stuff recorded can kind of be overwhelming to get it all out in a reasonable time, especially since I edit all my videos and all that jazz. So I'm thinking I might save that as a Patreon exclusive, which would be, it's just another thing. It's like, you could get Patreon exclusive anime reactions and all that. So would y'all want to see that on the channel, or are you like, no, just focus on Lord of the Mysteries, focus on Gachi Octa? Also, Taco P's Original Sin. I haven't recorded any reactions to that, but I do want to react to that. So is that also something that immediately y'all would want to see on the channel, or should I save that as maybe a Patreon exclusive? Because if not enough of y'all are interested in it, then I might just save it for a Patreon exclusive. But yeah, we'll see with that. So because I don't want to take on too much and then have all of the content that I'm spitting out all be scattered with having so much different stuff that I'm not really honed in on anything. Is ending in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's true. So I might just wait, because I think there might be a thing where I could react to all of it at once and then just post one big video, which might be a lot of work though. So I just take that into consideration as well. You do you at the end of the day. Yeah. I think I might save some stuff for Patreon exclusives, but I do want to react to some stuff. So we shall see. I'll have to do some more thinking on that. But yeah, I think that's it. We'll see how fast I can get Gachiakta episode 2 and Gachiakta episode 3 out on the channel. We'll see how fast I can get those out, and as well as all the clips from today's stream completed and then binge watching it. Which one are you talking about, Lux? Are you talking about the Summer Hikaru died, or are you talking about Takopi? Yeah, we'll see on how fast I can get all those out. If I can get them out very fast, then I might pick up Takopi. But in terms of the Summer Hikaru died, then I will most likely probably save that for Patreon exclusive. I'll stockpile those, and then I'll release them on Patreon. Okay, Takopi. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it is only 6 episodes, which might make it a good video if I just react to all of it and then just release it as one massive video. We'll see how that works. Because Kaka even said that sometimes that works better if you just upload it as one thing. And then that way y'all can watch it in spurts if you want to. So, yeah. Alright, y'all. I think that's it for the stream. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, giving me all the feedback. Y'all are awesome for that, because sometimes like I said, y'all are the community. Y'all are the viewers. Y'all direct. Y'all are the directors, and I'm just here to whatever y'all are most interested in watching. That's what I'm here for. So yeah. So with that all being said, I'll do probably a video outro. So it's only 6 episodes. Definitely doing a binge watch. Yeah. Thank you for the stream. Thank you so much, Luxy. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for streaming. Yep. All right, guys. With that all being said, before we head out, y'all, or before we take off, how do I do my outros? I forgot. All right, but before we wrap it up, y'all, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share this with somebody who needs to check out whatever you just checked out. I reacted so much stuff. That's all I got. I will check y'all out in the next video. God bless, and I will see y'all later. Bye. Peace out, stream. Y'all rock. Peace out. Bye. Good morning, good afternoon, or night. I will see y'all in the next stream. See y'all next Sunday. Bye. W's. W's. All right. See y'all. Bye.